This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Hello everyone, just quickly before we get started, I've had a few questions about the Movement Watches promo code. It wasn't working, so got a bunch of emails and that about that, but now it is, well sometimes it was working, I don't know exactly, but now it is working, so if you go to mvmtwatches.com/weeklyplanet, the promo code for 15% off any watch is automatically applied. They didn't ask me to do this, I just thought that, hey, if you were one of those people and you want to know, now you know. That's linked below also if you want to check it out. On with the regular show.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
We're here, we're warming up the podcast fingers.
That's what I did just before
we started. You warmed them up. Like, imagine somebody going like, ooh, money, except you were like, content.
That's right, exactly.
Podcast and fun news and entertainment goss.
It's a bit chilly in this regular room. It doesn't heat well in winter, and it gets really hot in summer. I've been looking for houses. I don't know if you know that, Mason. For some, and I walked into one the other day, and it had an under the house room.
A dungeon.
But it was nautical themed. So the roof.
Wait, what?
The roof was wavy, like the ocean.
Yes.
And it had the bottom of a boat stuck into it, and it was like a
Davy Jones locker.
Yeah, it was like it was all like wood paneling, and it was like
Did it just constantly play Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid?
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Did it belong to some, like, was that maybe one of the family members like that was there instead of building a boat?
Yeah, I think that absolutely what it was.
Because was it anywhere near the water?
No.
So it was just as someone who always wanted to build a boat, but didn't have the inclination or a trailer to put the boat on. So they're just like, or she,
yes,
but they're just like, that's so weird.
And Claire was like, you could work in here, and I'm like, I'm fucking not working in here.
I would
like,
love to work in there. Please buy that house.
No, but it's so dark. Like, it was so dark.
Huh.
Like, I like kind of squirreling away.
Yeah, because you gotta light some whale oil lanterns if you wanna light that place up. And do you think it was it a real bottom of a boat, or was it a fake bottom of a boat?
I think it was fake. It was like just a little kind of wooden dinghy kind of.
Well, it sounds like it would have been warm.
Yeah, it was something.
Anyway, look, if we want to warm this room up, I guess we could burn some of our man cave rules signs. But then, how are people going to know the man cave rules?
That's a really good point, Mason.
Yeah.
While you crack open that loot crate,
I got a loot crate. I've got in my lap.
Yep.
I'm on a couch. I've got a dog, and then I'm resting on top of the dog. Resting atop the dog is this loot crate.
You better believe it. Well, why don't I'll talk about the first bit of news while
do it.
Don't cut into my dog, yeah? When you're opening that box.
Too late.
The Dark Tower trailer.
Yeah, right.
You check that out. So, does that mean we're getting a shared Stephen King-averse, which we talked about?
Maybe, because there is a little...
There's a few little hints.
There's a little hints. There's one massive hint.
Yeah.
Which is that the kid who arrives from the real world...
He's from Derry, Maine, which is the town in
Is that
it.
it? Okay. Well, I was going to say that...
I don't know if he is.
Where you see him in a forest, and there's a big destroyed, like... building of some sort, and it says Pennywise in really big letters. So that's probably
that might be it. Do you think that's what they're doing though? Is it the same studios who are doing it?
Actually, I don't know.
Let me just double check that
I
because
think
I know
it's just...
Sony are doing the Dark Tower. But what did you think of the trailer though?
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think it looks kind of like Book of Eli?
I mean, it looks a little generic,
like
sure.
A little bit kind of that Keanu Reeves one where he's a samurai. And it's sort of monsters and whatever. And
well, now I've taken all those things on board, and it seems real bad. No, I don't know.
I don't think it looks bad. I just don't think it did. I liked the gunfighting stuff. I think we're going to get some sweet gunfighting action.
We're certainly going to get a lot of creative ways to reload a revolver.
Yes,
because there's so many in it. So many already in that 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I have faith in Idris Elba as a lead, as an action lead.
Right.
I'm looking forward to seeing Matthew McConaughey as an evil man.
An evil greasy man.
An evil greasy man, exactly.
No, sorry, Warner Brothers and New Line are doing it, so I don't think it's the same.
Okay.
Not that it really matters. That you can just kind of...
Maybe they're referring to Pennywise the punk band.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's the final resting place of Pennywise.
What was their song that they had that I liked, Mason? Do you remember the one that I liked in particular?
No.
You wouldn't, would you?
It's probably like track 4 off literally every single one of their albums. Because little known fact, every Pennywise album's exactly the same. There are different songs, but they're all the same album.
Okay, so they're the Red Hot Chili Peppers of whatever
In
genre
a way,
of
yeah,
music
exactly.
they are. Okay, gotcha.
Now, if you may not know this, but if you've seen some on-set concept art, when the kid turns around, there's also like a big building that is a shrine. It's the final resting place of NoFX. Then there's a Dead Kennedy shrine. And there's another band in that genre. And then Henry Rollins is there for some reason.
Only $60 million budget for this. It looks a bit more expensive than that. Yeah, no, it is. It's Columbia Pictures, so it's Sony, so they're two different companies. But yeah, I know there's some controversy about why is Idris Elba the man in... the other one's the Man in Black.
Yes, the gunslinger.
The gunslinger, yeah. So the black guy should be the Man in Black, I guess, was the thinking, I suppose.
I guess so.
But I don't know.
That did not even occur to me until just now.
Well, Mason...
And now I'm livid.
I know you don't see race until it's pointed out to you, and then you get real angry.
That's right.
But no, it's...
I'm a very unobservant racist. Just let him live his life in peace. What do you mean he's Asian? How dare you?
But I don't have any affinity for these characters, so
Yes.
it doesn't bother me. But this is the same thing that happened when Idris Elba might have been Bond. You know, it's the same kind of...
Yeah, I see, right.
It's just, I mean, but I think the majority of people don't really care. But I think also a lot of these people who, from what I've been reading online and people who have sent me stuff, who are fans of the book, are kind of like book series, kind of like, this doesn't look very good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like compared to what
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't even know this plot of a kid from the real world going into the world of the gunslinger.
People are saying last action hero.
Well, does that happen in the book? I literally don't know.
I've read a few different things about what it is. I've heard it's a continuation after the series left off, but I've also heard time is cyclical in this universe, so it just all happens again.
Okay, because I know there's a kid in the books.
Okay.
Who the gunslinger takes under his wing and adopts him, and I don't know if it's the same kid or it's...
We're probably the best people to
We're
talk
certainly
about,
the best
aren't
people.
we?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, in the meantime, let's distract from the fact we know nothing about the subject we're talking about to point out
God.
what's in the loot crate. There's a little Jessica Jones Q-Fig.
I like
Just kicking over a wall.
it is the Netflix version.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Very
She's got a
good,
little
Mason.
scarf. That's very good.
Yeah.
She's enraged, but she's also very happy about kicking over the wall.
I liked the Hulk one we got from that.
We got a
few
Hulk
months
one,
back,
we got a
yeah.
Harley Quinn, we got a Doctor Strange, which I enjoy a lot.
Was the Wolverine one a Q-Fig?
That was a Q-Fig, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Nice. They're doing some good work.
Yeah, good work.
Who are
Nice.
they? I don't know.
Yeah. What?
Where'd they come from?
I don't know. That's all right. Anyway, look, Dark
I'd
Tower.
rather a Q-Fig over a pop vinyl, I feel.
Yeah, I think I do too. Yeah, pop vinyl for me as well. There's too many now, so I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't even know where to
Yeah.
start, because I know a lot of people who have started, buying them are now like, I can only get the very specific Marvel ones now, as opposed to.
I think
whatever.
we've spoken about this before, but the Batman black and white figurines,
Yes.
which is there's a Jim
They're
Lee version,
great,
there's
yeah.
a Mike Mignola or whatever, and I think those are cool. And if I was going to collect anything, I'd collect those.
Yeah.
But now there's like 45 of them, and they're all $300.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I get one,
Yeah.
kind of have to get, because if you get the Mike Mignola one on its own, it's it's the Mike Mignola style. It's kind of he's kind of a crinkled up old man, and if I just get that, people will be like,
What'd you get this?
Did your Batman figure melt or something? So I'd need another one to be like, no, they're different styles in a variety of different.
Yeah, you need
artists.
at least.
And then I'd need
3.
Yeah, at least 3 or 4 probably. Yeah,
Not 2. 2's weird.
2's weird.
Like,
Exactly.
was one of them Robin? What is this? Is that Alfred in a Batman suit? But look, Dark Tower, we'll definitely see it, obviously.
Yeah, totally.
There's been a long time coming. Like, Ron Howard was going to do it. They were talking about doing a TV series at the same time that was a prequel or a set of... I don't know. But it seems like they just went, we'll just kind of do a condensed version of some of the books.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, because I just finished It, which I did enjoy. There's some weird shit in that book. But so I've been thinking about doing the audiobooks for Dark Tower, but there's a lot as far as I can tell.
Who's narrating the audiobooks?
I have no idea.
What if it were Idris Elba? What if from
I'd
Matthew
be-
McConaughey?
it'd be outrageous.
What if it was What if it was sentence by sentence, McConaughey then Elba? How good would that be?
That would be pretty good. We should do a Stephen King episode based on the movies of his that we've seen. The Mist. I never saw the It TV series.
Yep.
The Shining.
The Stand.
The Stand. Dreamcatcher.
The Mist again. Because we just have to keep talking about that weird, gross ending.
I like The Mist.
Yeah, me too.
All
I
right.
think I could watch it again though.
You could or you couldn't.
I couldn't. I feel.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk Blade Runner, Mason.
Okay.
By the time this goes up, the Blade Runner trailer might be out or very close to coming out. But we got a 15-second snippet.
In 3 days, it'll be out.
Yeah,
and that was a day ago. And I was frantically searching like...
And that's 3 days US as well.
Yeah, which is like...
Which is our
5
Tuesday,
days, which is 5 days in Australia.
Yeah. So, but we also got a couple of posters as well.
Yeah, which look...
They look great.
They are suitable for framing those posters, I feel.
Because a lot of posters are now...
Put them in the man cave.
What?
Put them in the man cave?
The nautical themed man cave?
Yes.
You know what? If getting back to that place, if we do end up buying that place, which it's possible.
I demand it.
We're not working in that room.
Oh, all right.
Like I want to get something built out the back with like a big glass door so I can see the backyard in case my kid's getting mauled by a crow or something.
But I think when we have a guest, I feel we should record in the in Davy Jones' locker.
But anyway, so the Blade Runner. So I was going to say, a lot of posters now are just like, it's Chris Pratt's face. Like, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's Tony Stark's.
In fact, when you think about it, almost every poster these days is just Chris Pratt's face.
Yeah, but this one is, I don't know, there's something about them. It's just, they're real good, man. And it's Denis Villeneuve, he did Prisoners. Did you ever see Prisoners with Hugh Jackman?
No.
Check it out, man.
He was busy that day. I had to see it with... I'm just kidding. It never fails, that joke.
No,
He's doing film in a movie.
He's busy, isn't he? Yeah.
I didn't see it with him, is what I'm saying.
I
get it.
Yep.
You get it. Yeah.
Good. But,
see, I would have seen it. I saw it with somebody else,
yes,
like a friend, a different friend. Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't seen it.
No, not at all.
Okay, just to be clear.
Just to be clear, I haven't seen it with Hugh Jackman, nor any of my other friends. But to be clear, I'm not friends with Hugh Jackman.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But
if I were friends with Hugh Jackman, why would I insist on seeing one of his own films with him?
Do you think you would go to see a movie that you were in with a friend? Like, say I was in a movie.
Yes.
Say I was in Terminator 6.
Uh-huh.
And I was in it.
To be clear, are you in Terminator 6?
No.
Okay.
Like, I've seen it. Like, I filmed it for however many months. And then would you then go to me and go, hey, look, I'm seeing Terminator on Tuesday. It's been out for 2 weeks. Can you come along with me?
Not unless you were going to Vinny Chase it and you wanted to see what the real people thought about
2 weeks after the movie.
2 weeks after the movie, yeah. Okay. So there's like 8 people in the cinema. There's like a grandma who's wandered into the wrong film, you know?
Sure.
What are we talking about?
Blade Runner.
There we go.
But no, like, we saw that very brief teaser from a few months back and we get a few images from I don't remember Blade Runner enough. Apparently there's a lot of stuff here that is like, oh, that's very interesting because that ties back to whatever. I don't remember. I remember Blade Runner, but I don't remember anything specifically about the universe. So I remember the big pyramid. I remember corporations and they'd taken over. Robots.
Here's one. Want to put this in your things you missed video. Harrison Ford's in both films.
What?
Yeah, he is.
The same actor.
Same actor, yeah.
That's interesting.
Potentially playing the same character, but we don't actually know yet.
Well, he's a Robert, maybe, or is he? Depending.
I read an article that said, "Well, he's age, so he's definitely not a replicant." Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't matter. Look at the Terminator 5 or 6, the one that I'm in. What happened in that one? Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it matters. Do you think it's going to turn out that the goose is a replicant, or at the very least he'll look in the mirror and he'll be like, who am I?
What if they left it ambiguous? What if they left it ambiguous again, and we had to wait another 30 years for the next one?
For the goose to return.
And he's being investigated by another Blade Runner.
Who's a kid actor. I don't know. I was going to say Macaulay Culkin, but he's grown up, hasn't he?
He sure has. He's very old now.
Fuck it. He's investigated by Macaulay Culkin.
In his probably 60s.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Harrison Ford is dead because he'd be over 100, or do you reckon they'd get him back?
They would get him back using whatever copying dead celebrity technology they have in the future.
Which will be in the future just to plug it in your phone, like a Snapchat.
Yeah,
feature.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you reckon that'll be like celebrities will farm out their likenesses so you can just... Because I've seen there is technology where you can map your face onto a celebrity and you can talk and it looks like it kind of matches one to one. So like you can buy... I was going to say Natalie Imbruglia's face. I don't know why that was the one that I thought
90s,
of.
early 2000s Australian pop star Natalie Imbruglia. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she's at the vanguard of this new technology. Who's to say?
Would you sell your face to be used in a
I don't know. I'm
Snapchat?
torn in a way.
It's very good.
That was her big
There was a
single.
song, yeah.
But
good.
no, I reckon, mate. I reckon in the future it might even be a case where celebrities, they aren't even in a movie.
Right.
But they just license their face out and somebody else plays them and they just put the face over the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You'd have to be a pretty big star to do that. But do you think it would also be like, I'm an up and coming actor or I'm a background actor. You can just use my face for whatever. It's like free software. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like you can,
I think if movie studios get that idea, they will attempt to put it in all their contracts.
Right.
Like if we use you in this movie, we can also use your face in every crowd scene for the rest of eternity.
Absolutely.
I think if somebody figures that out, if you're listening, movie executives, don't do this.
No, you can. It's
yeah,
fine.
you can do it. It's fine. Give us a cut. But I think they'll attempt to do that. Somehow.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sure you'd have to get some residuals for using your actual.
Yeah, probably.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think that. Yeah, I guess that could be it.
I think it might be more a case of like, I don't know, like a Kardashian, somebody like that would just be like, you can use my face.
Yeah.
We'll map it out. I only have to do this once, and then I can be in movies
Indefinitely.
indefinitely. Yeah.
Yeah. But do you also think like?
Then you don't have to learn how to act.
Do you think? Yeah, that's right.
You just be in movies.
Do you think there'll be one particular face, and I don't know who it would be in particular, that would become like the Wilhelm scream of faces that will just keep popping up in. It's like the one that people remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lopsided Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
He's back. And then in 30 years, there'll be an interview with the guy behind Lopsided Joe.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I had Bell's palsy in one side of my face. It was a bad week. I got stung by a bee in my face, and now I'm Lopsided Joe forever.
But Blade Runner looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even though you hate the first Blade Runner because you had to study it in school.
Correct.
And it means
Yeah.
nothing to you anymore. A lot
exactly.
of people, though, do hate Blade Runner.
Huh.
They don't think it's like this cinematic triumph. I'm like, I think it's good. I don't really remember it, like I said, but there is actual like hate. Like this is boring and overrated and whatever. But you can't argue, Mason, against this. Just get ready, but don't even bother.
I'm ready.
Like it did set the tone for so many sci-fi films.
Yeah.
Every future sci-fi movie that's not where the world isn't a desert is just Blade Runner.
Exactly. It's just it's a dark, rainy, dystopian world, and there's holograms on the buildings and what have you. It's like, I feel it's like when people go back to like an old band like Led Zeppelin, and they're just like all Pennywise.
Yes.
And they're just like, who cares? It's just this, Zeppelin. It's like, it's just sped up blues riffs or whatever.
Yeah.
that's.
Didn't they rip off a lot of music?
Yeah,
well?
they really did. But I'm just saying, just as an entry point.
Sure.
Because a lot of people still love Zeppelin, and it's like, that's where it started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Everybody, it seems.
Well, technically not.
Yeah,
But
but like, the reason it seems old and slow is because every other band has taken this idea and gone, okay, well, I'll speed it up and we'll add more drum fills.
Like if you look at like
whatever.
original hip hop,
Yeah,
like it's very kind of it's slow and whatever, probably.
yeah.
Right?
We're talking Blondie.
We're talking.
We're talking Morris Minor and the Majors stutter rap. We're talking a run out.
Madonna's American Pie rap. Have you ever seen that?
No, I must have done.
Imagine the worst.
We're talking Madonna's Die Another Day soundtrack theme.
That is, I don't know how anybody could say that's not the worst Bond thing.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Because I heard someone say the Sam Smith one is.
No, that's fine.
It's fine. I mean, it's just like an Adele knockoff.
Yeah.
Like it's not a fantastic song, but that Madonna song sounds like a cat fighting with an electric guitar.
Yeah, right.
Like it's really something.
I think that Sam Smith one works well because it's the final part of that storyline, and it's like anyway.
Or is it? Maybe he's got another brother or another dad.
Yeah, man, and we can only
Who
hope.
knows? Yeah. Anyway, we should move on. Oh,
Stranger
yeah.
Things tea. Check it out.
Oh,
very nice.
Good. What's that in the style of?
It looks kind of. I don't think.
It's
I
like
don't know if it's anything-
1960s kind of comic-y.
Yeah, I feel it looks like kind of like a Tales to Astonish or like a Tales from the Crypt kind of situation.
I like that.
Strange Tales, some sort of Tales situation.
Yes.
We've got 11. We got the big old monster. We got some other people.
Yeah, I know 'em
Pretty
all.
good.
I could name them all. That must be coming out. I think it's later this year, actually.
Yeah, it's coming back, baby.
Is there? No, I just thought I had some. If they can hear a bit of feedback in this, I'm sure it's fine, Mason.
It's probably fine.
I'm sure everybody won't hear it and be bothered by it for the rest of the show. Another trailer. This is all happening. Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan's war epic.
A lot of trailers this week.
Yeah, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This movie still feels to me, the trailers still feel to me like there's another wrinkle to it. And I know there isn't.
Because it's based off an historical event.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But it feels like Nolan's cinematography always feels to me like I'm just waiting for another shoe to drop and it's going to be some sort of weird supernatural thing
Yeah.
But there isn't.
No.
To be clear, there isn't. I don't think there is.
It's just a Dunkirk. It's a straight up Dunkirk.
No, it's
just like your grandpa does not remember.
This ain't my
fondly.
grandpappy's Dunkirk, except it is.
In this case, it very much is.
This ain't my grandpappy's Dunkirk, because he was a draft dodger.
Was he?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. My grandpa, he was a bomber. He did tell me this funny story once.
Oh, here we go.
So he
About
told
bombing some people.
he told my dad this story. He was a navigator on a mosquito. Not a literal mosquito. It's a 2-man bomber from World
That
War.
would be very tricky. Up, down, left. No, up, left, right. Oh, God. Stay back, guy. Don't get slapped.
But he was flying out of.
Don't head to the bug zapper. Oh, no. I'm fired for sure.
He was flying home from a mission, and they passed a German farmer, and he was coming out of his outhouse.
A Luft farmer.
A Luft farmer. I think it was a German farmer. It was, but anyway, and he was young. He was like early 20s. As the guy was walking back to his house, they circled the plane around to come back, and the guy ran for cover. But they didn't shoot the guy. They didn't shoot his house. They just bulldozed his toilet and then flew off.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
I mean, he could have shot a farmer to death,
Yeah,
but
he didn't because he was a man of honor.
I feel like that's something that I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether I should leave that in or not.
No, you leave that in. You leave it in.
What do we got here? Dunkirk, though. Anything else about Dunkirk? So you hate the Christopher Nolan wrinkle, don't you? Like the weird plot element that usually ruins the movie.
So maybe I'll really enjoy this.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, but also I don't really like war movies.
Do you like Saving Private Ryan?
No,
Really?
I'll watch them, but I don't. There's no. Have you gone back and rewatched Saving Private Ryan?
No. It's, every time I like it, but every
Yes.
time I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to sit through that D-Day.
That's what I'm talking
That
about.
10-minute. I mean, it's an amazing sequence. Don't get me wrong.
Everything's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
and there's a lot of carnage.
Yeah,
a
there's
lot of people
so
losing
many-
their legs,
So many can't. You shouldn't watch Hacksaw Ridge then. That's just all people losing
getting
their
their limbs
legs,
cut
yeah.
off. Okay, great.
That's all that is.
Yep.
But no, look, what I like about these, Christopher Nolan feels like he's one of the few directors nowadays that doesn't feel like there's a studio kind of forcing his hand to make a movie. Like he feels like very old school in that kind of way that Spielberg and Ridley Scott and that were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're directors with a very particular vision, and their movies are events without having to be a superhero movie or a blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he can make whatever he wants, like Tarantino even.
Yeah, sure.
And everybody will still go and see it.
And that's true in the sense that he's made this movie because he wants to. He's clearly something about this story has spoken to him, and he
Yeah.
wants to tell it. Nobody in the world was crying out for a Dunkirk movie.
No,
one assumes.
no.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe they were.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to it in a harrowing way. We're going to do a video or a podcast about it. What are we doing?
I guess so.
Because he's one of those directors, isn't he, Mason?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's a genre man.
He's a genre man. Genre. What's that? In your hand.
Oh, it's X-Files pencils.
Coloured?
No, writing pencils.
Okay.
You know, like the FBI would
Ah.
use
Yeah, no, I
for
understand.
writing
Yeah.
secrets. Secrets. They say, and one says the truth is out there, one says I want to believe, one says trust no one, and one says that's why they put the I in FBI.
They sound like... It sounds like a wacky group. Like they've all got a different personality.
Right? Yeah.
Like a pop group.
One says FBI, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
One's the sexy one.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's the Sex and the City of pencils. Is
Yes,
that
exactly.
right?
That's right. Yes.
But X-File themed.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Have they got? Are they rubber tipped?
They've got an eraser. Look how
very
nice
good.
they are.
Yeah,
Look,
they are. They're
it's a
crisp.
classic pencil.
That's it. I know,
You
Mason.
can't get these at your pencil store, can
Mason,
you?
I used to work at a bookstore, Mason, a school bookstore, and
Yep.
that brings me right back to that. I'm having flashbacks to that wonderful
Mm.
job I used to work. All right, what's next? Wonder Woman.
Plus, if you sharpen these pencils down far enough, this one will say the truth is out. It's very, very thematically appropriate for this day and age, if you ask me.
Now we have a question about.
Or just trust. Pretty good.
That's important.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think someone's going to go in and, if they were Mulder's pencils, like the government would go in and shave them down?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it says he looks down one day and he's like, "Oh, trust. Oh, okay, cool.
I guess I will.
Guess I will then." Yeah.
So I want to talk about the Wonder Woman marketing or lack of, but
Yeah, right.
there's a letter for that, so we'll save that till the
Okay,
end.
cool.
But what we can talk about in the meantime, Mason, there was a Wonder Woman clip. It was
Yes,
the
there
first
was.
clip released
Hang on,
online.
is this the one that was the alleyway fight?
alleyway blocking a bullet in the alley? What
Love
do you
it.
think?
Love it.
Yeah, I like the way it looks.
Looks fun.
The only thing that I don't like about it is I wasn't sure what Chris Pine's plan was. He's
Yeah,
like,
right.
he headbutted it. Like there was 4 guys with guns on him.
Yes.
He headbutted one and then went, stand back.
His
And
plan was to absorb a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah,
bullets,
that's
I
right.
feel.
Like he didn't even, he hit one guy and then
Yeah.
stood back.
I did enjoy that at the end of the fight, he hit that one guy Like at the end, he pops that one guy in the face and he falls over 1930s serial style. Like he kind of fell over in an Indiana Jones kind of fashion.
Like a bit of a spin?
Yeah, a bit of a spin and then a slow tumble to the ground.
Oh, good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
It is very kind of Chris Reeve, Superman,
Yeah.
you know, in the alleyway, catching the bullet kind
What
of
did you
situation.
like? Did you enjoy that her bracelets kind of...
They have a bit of a heat
Yeah.
thing. No, I like that.
I didn't like that.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't you like it? I think it's good to know I think it's a good visual kind of
Yeah, I guess so.
element. You don't like the way the whip looks when it glows either,
Yeah.
do you? Yeah. Why not? Is it too glowy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Effects are a bit bloody ropey, if you ask me.
It's good.
I'm bloody ropeable about it.
Yep. You look. But we'll talk more
Yeah,
about.
no, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah,
I watched another trailer.
yeah,
It's pretty good. They're putting some jokes in there. It's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
It does feel like. I mean, I know it's a World War I era film, but it does feel very Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
which I'm okay with because I love that movie, and I like movies set in all eras.
And I like her little glasses.
You like the little glasses?
They're good, yeah.
I'm still not 100% that she's the best choice for it, but you know, we'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
Won't we, Mason?
Yes, we will.
People always say, "What about Heath Ledger's Joker? What about Jesse Eisenberg?" You know what I mean? For every Heath Ledger's Joker, there's a Jesse Eisenberg. You never know.
That's correct, yeah.
And then you also have people in the middle who do just fine,
It's true.
like
yeah.
a Henry Cavill,
He's
who's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah. All right. Marvel's Inhumans got a teaser
Yep.
trailer.
Which
I don't really
told
remember.
us and showed us nothing.
Yeah, there was something about overthrowing someone else.
Yep.
Presumably Black Bolt. And then we got
Do you know what his real name is?
no.
It's Blackagar Boltagon.
Is it really?
Yes.
Blackagar Boltagon.
Correct.
Great.
I'm just going to double check. That's off the top of my head. I just remembered that, but I'm just going to double check.
I need to know whether that's true, and I need to know now.
Or I'm bloody having a lender view.
Yeah.
Look, if it's not that, it's almost equally stupid.
Well, look, if it's not that, that's what we're going to call it.
His
from
name's
now on.
Blackagar Boltagon.
Very good.
Yep. Yeah. It's very convenient.
Yes, it,
Yeah.
it is in a way. Mm-hmm. Do you think the name Black Bolt came first, and then they gave him then they retconned it to be?
Yeah.
Oh no, his real name
Yeah.
is Blackagar
Yes.
Blopalon.
It's not like they called him. It's not they were like they went in the Marvel offices one day and somebody's like, I've got an idea for like a superhero secret identity. His name's going to be Blackagar Boltagon.
But I just can't think of the
Look,
name.
I guess he could be like a regular guy, but when he's in his costume, what is he then? I don't know. And then just some intern, like we cut to this montage and it's on a blackboard,
Okay, it's not the
a
whiteboard.
Blackagar board.
Yeah.
And they're just going back. It's the 60s and they're just going back and forth and they're drinking cups of coffee and days on the calendar are flying off. And then all
Everyone's
of a sudden,
darting up.
Yeah, exactly. And then one day, like a young Stanley should be there already because he's a middle-aged man at this point.
He's 44.
And he just walks up and he scratches off Agar and Agon. And people are like, oh, he's done it again.
Who is this Wonder Kid? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would have been there for. Well, this happened. They were from the 60s. Is that right?
Correct.
So yeah, he started in like early 40s. I want to say late 30s. Yeah. Anyway, there was also a poster, which is almost a good poster, but
No, it's not.
There's
It's real bad.
no, yeah, but there's one element. Fair enough. But there's one element in particular that I find really off, and it's the wig, man. It's the
Medusa's
wig
hair.
Yeah, it's real weird.
So for anybody who doesn't know the Inhumans,
yeah,
they're basically the X-Men,
yes,
but
On
they're
the
from the moon.
Yep.
But the queen of the Inhumans is Medusa.
Yes.
And she has sort of prehensile hair.
Yeah.
And you would think that in this poster, maybe they're keeping it as a secret. Like if you don't know the Inhumans, you don't know what they can do.
Yeah, but
But are you? If you don't know, are you intrigued by any of these characters?
no.
No, exactly, right?
But that's a real obvious wig, and I think
yeah.
you'd have to do a wig for the hair because they'd have to do all sorts of stuff.
Or bald cap, and then
bald cap,
and then
yeah.
CGI everything.
Sure, exactly. But again, it is. Well, some of them are going to IMAX, but the rest are for TV.
I feel if I saw this out of context, without any information, and you told me that it was like a bunch of cosplayers
Yeah.
at a convention and they'd all decided to dress up as the Inhumans, I'd be like, oh, isn't this fun?
Right.
Look
yeah.
what that,
yeah.
looks pretty great.
It's pretty close.
Pretty
isn't
good,
It?
isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Do you like the no mask on the Black Bolt?
it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna need to do some serious emoting
Well, I read a piece on that, and they were talking about how
because Blackagar Boltagon cannot speak,
cannot
as you
speak.
know.
Well, he can scream and kill you.
I mean, he
with
can
his-
speak, certainly, yes.
But They were talking about how in the comics, like they do a good way, they do well at kind of conveying what he needs to say.
Yes.
And because he is the main character, they've kind of worked around it. There's no internal monologue.
Yep.
So there'll probably be a bit of mind reading in that as well going on and whatnot. But it's going to be a lot of like...
There'll be telepathy, you would imagine.
And there's not going to be a lot of... there is going to be a lot of like visual cues. Like if he's okay with something, he might give one of these okay symbols. And then you know that he's okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thumbs up.
Thumbs
down.
Yeah.
One thumb up, one thumb down. He's conflicted about things. His Highness is conflicted. One thumb up, one thumb down.
But no, look, it doesn't...
He's doing the international symbol for, I don't know, the two hands raised with the palms open and up.
And the most evil man of the universe is in it, which I forgot. The guy from Game of Thrones.
Which guy?
The guy who got eaten by dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he's a bad guy?
Probably.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
I think he's Black Bolt's brother.
Oh,
Might be wrong.
Yeah, Maximus.
Oh, yes. Is
The
he a
guy on
bad
the
guy?
right.
Yeah, is he a bad guy?
No, he's Black Bolt's brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume yes.
Okay,
I
good.
can't remember. No.
What's his powers?
He's like a...
Is his name Maximus Boltagon?
Probably. He's got, he's like mental control. He's got like
Okay.
your Professor X style powers.
All right.
Yeah.
These are very similar to the X-Men in a lot of ways, aren't
In a lot of ways they are. Which is interesting because on the very far left we have Gorgon, who has seismic shockwave powers.
Yes.
Who is identical, whose powers are identical to...
Quake.
Yes. Who was also an Inhuman in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. And there's also X-Men characters. Who
Maybe
can do
they
that.
already had they had the special
plug-in,
effects plugin.
They got the
exactly.
Snapchat filter,
Yeah.
Okay. But look, I still want to see it. Like, it's weird that they didn't put the dog in, man. I'm all about that dog. I want to know what it looks like. But I think that they'll be safe in the dog. But I think they probably should have done something with their hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it just be that. You could have... What if you kind of like splayed it out a little bit? You know what I mean? Like it was doing stuff in the poster.
Or even just make it look like better hair.
Yeah, better hair.
Give it a bit more bounce.
Sure.
Give it a bit more life. It looks so lifeless. And again, I think maybe that's a...
But it's moon hair. It
Yeah,
hasn't had much oxygen, has it?
Yeah, but it's got less gravity.
Yeah, good point.
So I think... I understand maybe they've done this deliberately, so if you don't know anything about the Inhumans, you don't know she's got that ability, and then you're shocked, but...
But then it's just the boring poster.
It is a boring poster, exactly.
Yeah.
Give us more.
All right, I will next time. I'll mock something up, Mason. I won't.
Nah.
What else we got?
Oh, last couple of things in the loot crate.
All right.
First of all, downloadable comics, which is always good.
What's this?
We got some X-Files comics.
Very
and we got a series
good.
called first couple of issues of a series called Metropolis, which I don't know anything about.
Don't know that.
Nope, don't know.
Okay, cool.
Little reporty pin, little tape recorder pin,
Ah.
and Batman mug. How about that?
You're a bloody mug.
Wait, that's no. Come on, mate.
Sorry. You can put your pencils in it.
No, it's a color changing mug.
Yeah, you could colour it in.
Yeah, good point. All right, continue.
Show me the mug.
Oh, okay. Right.
Gotham City skyline mug.
Yeah, but when you put hot water in, what do you get?
Tea.
No. I mean, certainly it's possible. You get a bloody bat signal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good, right?
We'll test it after the show, Mason.
Okay.
I gave mine to Levins.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
Yeah.
When Levins came, I should have given one of the older ones.
You didn't know.
If you're listening,
You gave them
Levins,
the brand new
give me
one.
that goddamn mug back.
Send it all back.
All right, what do we got? I'll quickly do the ad copy for this.
Oh, yeah, cool.
May's theme, so the next month's theme is Guardians.
Ooh.
So the franchises that they're going to be included in the box are Guardians of the Galaxy,
Don't see the connection, but continue.
Star Wars,
Like Guardians of the Star Wars.
yes,
I get
correct, Destiny,
Guardians of Destiny.
Goonies.
Goondians.
There's also a mega crate for one lucky subscriber,
Ooh.
which features a premium figure Groot figurine from Sideshow Collectibles. Have you seen that? It's like life-size
No.
baby Groot figure.
Love
It's
it.
awesome. That stands 22.
Is he wearing the little outfit?
I don't remember.
It's probably naked Groot.
Yeah, 22.5 inches tall, as well as many more prizes. Also, Mason, Loot Crate is the best surprise that you know is coming. So yeah, every month includes different theme with a new and exclusive item. It's $45 of value for only $20 a month. You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe for that month's crate. And then when the cutoff happens, you can't get that crate anymore. Or if you give it to somebody else,
It never
probably
comes
can't
back.
get it
Exactly.
back, yeah.
Like he's going to bring it back. As if.
Make sure you head over to lootcrate.com/weeklyplanet and enter promo code weeklyplanet, one word, for $3 off any new subscription. There's a bunch of them. So there's all sorts of themes.
Loot
and boxing.
gaming, loot anime,
Loot DX, which is the primo one.
loot pets.
Get a
Which,
dog.
which someone here has never received. Not pointing any fingers.
I should get the Loot Pets,
Get
shouldn't
the Loot
I?
Pets.
Yeah. So that's lootcrate.com/weeklyplanet, promo code weeklyplanet.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians, interesting. And also you
Guardians.
could win a thing.
Yes.
Every time I see those sideshow things, I'm like, I should buy one. But I'm so overwhelmed by
Right?
them. That's that thing about not knowing where to start.
Again, there's so many.
Mason, if you were thinking that we're moving away from the news, you were wrong because there's two more things.
2 more things.
4 Game of Thrones spin-offs are in development. Doesn't mean we'll get all 4, but they're developing them.
Oh, tell me about them.
I can't. That's all that we know about them. One will probably be Dunk and Egg, which is there's a comic series based on it as well. That's a prequel with when the Targaryens were still in power.
Yep. What's the name of the guy with the books?
Samuel Tarly.
Samuel Tarly's Library of Wonder. Every week he learns a new fact from his little books. He's certainly not going to die in a fire that consumes his library and him and his loved ones.
Do you think he'll go to leave? Like he can't leave his books? He has to stay? So he could leave, but he'd rather die with the knowledge?
No, I think he's going to be crushed by a bookshelf and then burned to death.
So it's gonna be the most horrendous way.
I think
he's
he's gonna his legs are gonna get crushed by a bookshelf, leaving only his torso and his arms free, and then his hands are gonna get crushed by another bookshelf, and then another burning bookshelf's gonna land on his head, and he's gonna burn to death. You mark my words. No one gets out alive in that grim old universe that you love so much, that everybody loves. I hate.
There's also the theory, and I think somebody might have sent this through, that he's the guy who's chronicled it all.
Oh,
So he lives through. But,
so he throws that book out of the door
Yes, that's right.
as he dies.
as he dies, yeah. But no, is there anything from Game of Thrones you'd like to see as a spin-off? Do you want to see like young Ned Stark adventures? Like young Hercules with Ryan Gosling?
No.
Do you want to see like the golden age of dragons?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
Is there an option for one with heaps more magic and everybody's doing magic all
Just
the time?
the past, I guess.
Yeah,
would
that sounds
probably
pretty
be,
good. Okay, I like that, yeah.
We also don't know how this is going to end, so
Yeah.
maybe they go ahead. Maybe it's
Yeah.
sequels.
I feel the problem with it is there's not a lot of room for standalone.
Stories?
Yeah, like
Okay.
my thought just then was, well, why not a series about like those face changing assassin types?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, all that would sort of feed into
Also,
the
those
regular
guys
storyline.
suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. What was the point of that again? Oh, for Arya to learn how to change faces
That's
and then
right.
run away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And kill that girl.
Yeah.
Kill that other girl. Yeah.
And there's that weird Middle Eastern place, but that was no good.
Yeah, it was boring.
That storyline was no good.
Yeah. What about the further adventures of Jaime Lannister's severed hand?
Yeah,
It goes off on its own.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a character I'd really want to... Because I think also a lot of the stuff we're getting about Jon Snow's origin, and spoiler alert, by the way, and Ned Stark, and
Yep.
like a lot of that I think they've covered a little bit, and they're going to cover more.
Yep, uh-huh.
So I don't know whether we necessarily need something from that time period. Though it would be interesting to maybe do like just one season, maybe do like
Yeah, right.
6 episodes or whatever, and kind of Because I've been watching Better Call Saul.
Yes.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The people don't talk about it the same way they do Breaking Bad, but it's as good.
Okay,
I
great.
think. Yeah. Have you been watching it?
No.
Yeah, it's nuts. Well
I'm
worth it.
several episodes into season 1, so I'll get to it
it's
eventually.
really solid.
Okay.
It's really good. But no, more Game of Thrones. I say good-o.
Hang on, so what are the other ones?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I have none of them.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the law as well as say
Judge
George
Dredd.
R. Martin.
Oh.
No, yeah, Judge Dredd. I don't. Yeah. No, I'd probably know more about Game of Thrones.
He knows
than
more
Judge.
about the law.
Is that what you're doing?
He is the law.
Very good, Mason. You're doing good jokes this episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just calling them jokes is very charitable. Thank you. I'll take it.
Good things happening. We also, last bit of news, The Defenders has a trailer.
Yeah, it does.
What do you think it...
Hallway fights are back, baby.
You better believe it.
And finally, in a hallway big enough for 4 protagonists to fight people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see the gif of Iron Fist not really doing anything?
No,
Doing
but
the
it sounds
kind of-
great.
Yeah, he's doing a kind of a weird shuffle, kind of waiting
Yep.
for his choreography to kick in.
Yep.
But no,
Everybody's back.
Luke Cage.
Iron Fist, Jessica Jones,
Daredevil.
Blind David Carradine.
Yay.
Sigourney Weaver's back.
Yay. It does look good.
Yep.
It opens with like the 2 characters from the weakest seasons having a bit of a bloody punch up in the alley. I do like the Iron Fist effect on the Luke Cage face.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really looking forward to this.
You know what I'm looking forward to based on this trailer? I'm looking forward to some pushback against Iron Fist and his weird fortune cookie wisdom.
Yes.
Like he's like, I'm the immortal Iron Fist, and Cage is like, what?
Shut up.
You're an idiot. So if there can be more of that, if you know what, it kind of is. It might even be worth it if they become a team because Luke Cage is like, listen, grow up a bit.
Yeah.
Stop being such a weirdo. We'll get along if you just grow up and stop being this annoying
and have
kid.
a shower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You weirdo. Yeah. But come on. It's going to be, I hope it's going to be good. And again, I did a video on it recently. It's only 8, so just bloody pump out a solid 8, get it done. There'll be hopefully some good action sequences because they've been a bit lackluster these last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But hey, let's get into it, Mason.
Yeah. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that in that hallway fight scene, Iron Fist is wearing Bruce Lee's sneakers from Game of Death.
Oh, really?
The yellow ones, the yellow and black
Cool.
ones. So maybe, I don't know, maybe
Have you
that's
seen Game of Death?
Yeah.
Is it good?
They're all right.
But it doesn't have good fights. They have good fights? Or is it one of those
Not
things?
these.
Ah, brutal,
But that's the
Mason.
thing, they're real fights though, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you compare it to like a Ong Bak or like the Raid, it's not.
It's no good compared to the Raid. No, I'd never go back.
But would you say it's better than a lot of modern choreography though?
I don't know. Have you seen Enter the Dragon?
No.
There's a lot of fights that they're just like he goes up against like his first fight and he just like they just bow and then Bruce Lee just drops him. That's not fun. And then Bruce Lee just drops him like 3 times in a row and then the fight's over.
Oh.
That's no fun.
No.
I mean, obviously he's the best.
But does he fight someone who's more his match? Like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yes,
Isn't he in one of them?
Yeah.
And a Chuck Norris?
I can't remember.
I feel like Bruce Lee would kill Chuck Norris. I don't think that's a fair fight at all. Anyway, just saying. All right, Mason.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Guardians.
Oh, wait, before we do that.
Mason, what are we going to do
before we do that, I just remembered this week I was on an episode of Two in the Think Tank.
I listened to that. It was very
what'd you
funny.
think?
Yeah, it was very funny.
So
yeah.
our friends over at Two in the Think Tank, Andy and Al, part of Planet Broadcasting, they invited me on. And it's a show where every week they attempt to come up with 5 sketch ideas, or 7 if the first 5 aren't very good.
I think
we
they
came
got
up with 10.
Was that how many there were? Oh, there was, because there was a few that like got broken up. They were like spin-off
yeah.
sketches of other sketches. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It was very
good.
funny, yeah.
So everybody should check that out. It's real good.
They're real funny
And also,
guys.
I think I'm on the episode of Steel Wars I did a few weeks ago is out this week as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
you want to check that out.
Is that a live
It's me and
one?
George Lucas, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Who has tired of talking about Star Wars, so he's just talking about his other hobby, which is hunting humans on his ranch.
Very good.
So pretty good. So everybody check those out. If everybody wants to keep abreast of all the Planet Broadcasting news, they should sign up to our bloody newsletter.
It's on planetbcasting.com. Raw Collings organises it.
Yeah, right.
He's a bloody great bloke.
It's great. You know what? Every time I read it, I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot of stuff happening, isn't there? There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of good to see kind of who people are interviewing and what's been happening, and there's a lot of bloody things happen. And it's like one email a week, so it's not you're not going to be
doesn't bloody
spammed.
snow you under.
And Raw Collings knows how to write as well. He's a bloody very competent young man, or maybe
he's
he's
good.
older than us. I don't know how
It's
it
a mystery,
is.
isn't it? Where's he from? What's his deal? Dunno.
No, he's great. He's a super good dude. He also runs the Weekly Planet.
The Twitter feed, yeah.
And he's also at Raw Collings on Twitter. But check out Planet B Casting and you can sign up for all that there. Mason,
Yes?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it's finally here 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
For us. They reckon it's going to make about 140 to 150 million US opening.
Seems like a lot.
Which is about 40 to 50 million more than it made. The last one made.
Okay.
The opening weekend.
Great.
Which was a really good, that was really good at the time because that was a new property and people didn't know who any of these characters were. But this one is exceeding
Everyone knows all the
expectations.
characters.
That's right. They did it in one movie.
Yep.
As opposed to doing it in more movies. or
Yeah, so we
less.
recently did a commentary on the first one.
We did,
Still holds up.
Yeah.
That movie from 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Still great.
I think the third act is probably the weakest in that movie. I think this movie might have a better third act than that one.
I think-
Anyway,
yeah, maybe.
we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. But I think, I think we spoke about on the commentary, they kind of earned that third act.
Yes.
Like, it's a bit silly in the first one, but...
I just meant all the spaceships and
Oh,
whatever,
sure,
all
yeah.
that kind of shooty. Like you just kind of like who's what? Who cares
I guess,
about any of this? Yeah. So we're going to do non-spoilers and then spoilers as always.
Okay, let's do
But
it.
there's a good chance we'll probably just spoil something by accident.
Yeah, we love to
so,
do that.
Yeah,
But there's time codes.
exactly. Mason, but what do you think the story was and is still?
Oh, no. So this is set about a couple of months after
Yes.
the first one.
The
so
year
it's
of
still in
2014.
So it's still 2014 in this. in this
what an
particular
era.
universe.
Can you remember 2014?
No, what happened
Not
in
really.
2014?
I don't
yeah.
really remember.
Yeah. Oh, can 2014 just be over, please? Guys.
I don't.
Let's see. The Guardians of the Galaxy.
I got married in 2014. There you go.
There you go. That's a fun little fun. Okay, good.
That happened, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. You were there?
Yes. I had to think for a minute, but I was there. Yes. Yep.
Go on. So.
So let's say the Guardians of the Galaxy have some renown because they
Yep.
saved the galaxy that time.
Yep.
Let's see. What do they do? What are they bloody up to?
I guess they're just kind of guns for hire, guardians for hire, if you
Yes,
will.
exactly. Yeah.
And they just kind of fanny about the galaxy.
Is that a verb?
Yep. And they just doing odd jobs, bits and bobs.
Yep.
And just throw them all out there. Yeah, for cash, for coin,
Yep.
off the back of their reputation.
Yep.
Yeah.
The twig Groot from the
Yeah.
end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy has grown into baby Groot.
Yeah.
Finally, we see him in action.
He's like a actual baby. They really got some baby stuff happening there. Like,
Well, I can't relate to that.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, as a father, Mason. It's a love and compassion only I could understand.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So anyway, they're doing a job
Yep.
for the
Sovereign,
Sovereign, the
yep.
alien race, the Sovereign.
Gold people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who we see in the trailer.
Yep. Yep.
And then
Yeah.
bloody we meet Kurt Russell's ego.
Yeah.
Who's like, hey Peter, I'm your father.
So that's in
What
the
do you reckon
trailer.
about that? Yeah.
And then it kind of goes from there.
Uh-huh.
So that's like the first 15 minutes.
Yep. Mhm.
And then it goes in. Actually, I've got a question here. It's from
Yes.
Andy Pants. Says, do you think us not knowing much about Guardians of the Galaxy from the trailers helped make it a better movie?
Ooh.
I think yes, 100%. There's a lot of stuff in this. I'm like, didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting. What a revelation.
Oh yeah.
But then again, like when I went back for because I did an Easter egg video, Mason, it's linked below. It's very comprehensive. And I took a lot of footage and clips and whatever from various trailers. From what I was able to find, there's a lot of jokes and information that were out there.
Yes.
Because I stopped watching it. I'm like, I watched a couple of trailers and I've had enough.
right.
So I think if you're looking for it, you could have spoiled a lot of stuff for yourself if you wanted to. But no, I think that definitely helped. Yeah. Because I feel like, do you remember The Amazing Spider-Man 2? They released something like 40 minutes of footage before that movie came out.
That was insane.
Yeah, and then it only benefited from it because we knew
Disagree.
it would be not very good.
And that was one of those movies where you keep looking for plot points that never eventuate.
Yes, that's
because
true.
they put them in the trailer but never in the movie.
Yeah. Suicide Squad was a bit like that as well, I guess. 'Cause
yeah.
there's stuff taken in and Rogue One, stuff taken in and out
That's
of
true,
that
yeah.
and whatever. But look, the cast is back, Mason. Do you think?
Baby.
Do you? It's good.
Good cast. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think everybody had enough to do? Like they balanced it out equally. Like everybody kind of had a little arc.
I think they did. Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll get into that in spoilers, but I think all the major cast did.
Yeah, it's really a Peter Quill kind of movie.
Yeah,
on the
but
whole.
everybody gets an action sequence or something to do.
Yeah.
Rocket Raccoon gets his own little bits and pieces.
Yep.
Yondu gets some action in
Yeah,
there.
it gets a bit of play. Yeah.
Gamora becomes more like the character she is in the comic books. I feel.
Is she more like dangerous?
Yeah, more dangerous and deadly.
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I
Maybe.
wouldn't say so. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say she.
Nebula, I feel, belongs in a different movie.
Yeah, I thought.
But I think that's because she's mad.
Right. Okay.
Like she's an insane person.
She's actually-
like she is Thanos' daughter, in
Right.
the sense that she is completely insane.
Yeah.
and so her motivations are very much kind of 1980s action movie where everybody else is firmly in the 21st century.
Right.
Like everybody has a layer of irony to everything they do in this
Yeah.
movie, and a kind of like everybody in this movie is at work kind of thing.
And everyone's attitude to everybody else is what's wrong with you. Like there's a
Yeah. But she's very much like she has no chill.
No, she's
I know-
got zero
I know-
chill.
no irony.
But you also kind of find out why that is. Yeah. But I don't know if that character is she just kind of growls through the kind of the whole
That's true,
the
yeah.
whole thing. I don't know if it's that interesting of a character. Maybe we'll get more. More of it, or maybe we won't. Maybe she dies. Who knows? No spoilers.
No
Mason.
spoilers in this. But we got some. Drax is great in this.
Yes.
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista. Yeah, he's good. He gets a fair bit of play. Do you think it's? Do you think it had a good jokes?
I think it did have a good jokes.
Yeah.
Do you think the good jokes ever ruined some dramatic tension? I think maybe once or twice.
Yes, there was probably a couple. But on the whole, also, and I said this in my review, going in, I knew that it would be this.
Yes.
So I wasn't like, oh man, that's this. I was expecting a super serious action space adventure, in earnest. Like I know what it is.
Yeah.
So even though not all the jokes worked for me, there wasn't one that I was like, that's a terrible joke. I don't think that never happened.
Yeah.
But there was enough good jokes that really funny jokes. Like, there's a couple really good ones.
And I think again, like all these characters feel like if you were really doing this, if you were on the Guardians of the Galaxy or in a team like this, and you're really working with these people all day, there would be jokes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would be.
It's like any workplace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good.
Jokes, action, dancing, every workplace.
Yeah, absolutely. With the so there's some kind of villainous aspects that kind of appear that we'll talk about more in spoilers. But the Sovereign are kind of main-ish kind of villains in this, and they're this kind of hoity-toity, like easily offended, holier than thou. We're the ultimate peak of civilization because we're they're
the rich kids of Instagram.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
Ask me.
Yeah,
I feel like initially they're sort of played off as they're these high and mighty royal people. Yeah. But as the movie progresses, they're sort of just like they're just a bunch of bros.
Yeah,
really. They're
exactly.
Like,
and you've set in the ways and you've patted yourself on the back so much that you don't see your own flaws and insecurities. Like there's a bit where they're rolling out the little carpet.
Yes.
So I mean, it just feels like it's kind of. I got the sense of that where. It's like a royal family where they've just inbred to the point where they think they're better, but they've done it to the detriment of their species.
Right, okay, yeah.
In the same way in like Man of Steel, the Kryptonians...
That Clark Kent is inbred,
correct. Yeah, no, I mean that they've all... like everyone's engineered for a purpose. And but it's got to the point where you're actually hurting your society by doing that.
Yeah.
And they can't recognize that. They think they're so elite that they don't see that they've just fucked themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I found that, kind of interesting. And there was some kind of good humor to be had from it. They kept kind of popping up. Were you happy to kind of see them throughout the whole thing? Were you like, oh, this is kind of thing that could have kind of disappeared earlier on?
No, I enjoyed their appearances.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And one of the Farscape guys was one of them.
He was.
Yeah.
Captain Farscape.
Johnny Farscape.
I
made the mistake in my Easter egg video because I included him. But I put a picture when he was in Stargate and not in Farscape.
All right.
So I got a few comments like, that's Farscape. I mean, that's Stargate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen either. So I couldn't.
Ben Browder, I believe is his name.
Okay, cool. You a Farscape fan?
No.
My brother.
Too muppety for my liking.
My brother, the one you don't like, reckons that the first Guardians is like heavily influenced by Farscape. Man from Earth. Goes into space.
Yeah, totally.
Ragtag aliens.
This did have a few very 1980s touches to it.
Yeah. When we saw the 1980s, was that one of them?
That was one of those touches, sure.
Sure.
But also the Sovereign's
or was it 79? I don't know. Yeah,
that was 1980. Yeah, the Sovereign spaceships or their control units produce like Space Invader noises when they operate them.
Yeah. I liked that. That was pretty good, man. Yeah. I tell you what though. That Rocket Raccoon effect. It's so good. I mean, it's good in the last one. Like, I wouldn't even say... It hasn't improved to, like, dramatically, but it's just... that it looks like a bloody raccoon. You know that bit where Kurt Russell calls him a triangle-faced monkey?
Yeah.
And he grabs
and he holds his face in shame.
It looks real. Like, it's Baby Groot.
Oh, yes.
Were you worried he was going to minion about?
I've not actually seen Minions. I don't know anything about Minions.
You've seen the memes, no doubt.
Yeah, I've seen the memes. Sure, they're plastered all around my office.
Are they really?
No,
because that's a thing that kind of that happens. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I liked him a lot. I thought he worked really well. Like, and he doesn't seem to have any of the memories of the previous Groot.
No, apparently someone on Twitter, and I apologize because I forget your name.
That was
we asked
me.
that.
Yep.
No, it wasn't you.
Yeah,
it was a listener.
I'll take it.
All right. Anyway, thanks for letting me know
Sure.
that apparently James Gunn has said that he's a completely different Groot.
Oh, okay, right.
So he has no memories of the previous Groot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which I feel is a shame, but I guess...
Well, it kind of also... The sacrifice then makes it his sacrifice was worthwhile.
That's true, yeah, exactly. If he was
Yeah.
the same Groot, then
What's the
he
point
didn't
of anything?
sacrifice anything, yeah.
Yeah.
He just got rid of his unsightly cellulite
Yes.
and had another chance.
But I do like how, because there's a lot of themes of like parenting and fatherhood and whatever, things that you would, I understand on a different level, obviously. But I liked the way that they were all kind of raising him.
Yeah,
You know, and
exactly,
they did
yeah.
that. They weren't just like, oh, this dummy that we have to cut. Like they all kind of fathered him and took the time to look after him. And when
It's
they're
the future of parenting, in
that's
my opinion.
right. but
One
when,
kid, like a million parents.
Yeah.
I think it works better.
But when there's like
Then you
a,
have some time to yourself. Wouldn't you love some time to yourself?
oh, I would love some time to myself.
You're never going to get it.
I'm never going to
Not
get
for
it
at
ever.
least 20 years.
At least, yeah. But even when they're in the heat of battle,
Yes.
they're looking out for him.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
They're like, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, okay.
That's one of my favorite jokes. That's very early on. So
And it's in the trailer too.
It's in the
so-
trailer as well. Yeah, there's this pitched battle at the start, and they're trying to shoot this intergalactic beast, and Groot's just kind of walking around. It's a great opening sequence. I probably won't spoil what it is specifically yet, but yeah, and he just sees Gamora who's shooting at this beast, and he just waves, just
Yeah,
this little wave,
yeah.
just like get out of move, get out of the way. It's great. It's really good, and he's got that good moment with Yondu and Rocket later on.
That's
It's
right,
a
yeah.
pretty funny moment. Did you think so?
Somebody on Twitter said, is this a movie for kids?
No, I don't
There
think
you
so.
go, yeah.
Well, my brother, the one you like,
Thank you.
he's got like a, let's say a
He's got so many kids. How many kids does he have now? He's got two kids. That seems like a lot.
7 and a 9-year-old or something like that. I can't remember. Maybe it's 8 and 10.
Uh-huh.
I don't
And
know.
would he take his kids to this?
Well, he asked me, and I said, I don't know. There's a kind of lot of like dick jokes and stuff.
But would they go over the kids' heads?
I don't think. No, not a 10-year-old. So he saw it, and he's like, yeah, I don't know. It kind of walks that line. I don't think. I think you could take your kid.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, because I saw Terminator when I was like 9 or whatever.
Right.
Like, I probably shouldn't have because it kind of fucked me up. But
Yeah, but this is, and also I feel like this movie is like I saw Batman. Saw the first Batman movie when I was 8.
yeah.
And somebody gets their face burnt off with
Yeah,
acid
you're
in
not
that
gonna
movie.
you're not gonna get nightmares. It's more kind of inappropriate humor,
Right, okay.
from it that I would say.
So if
yeah.
you don't want your kids making dick jokes, I guess maybe don't take them to this. They're not going to be scared of anything.
bearing in mind that they're at school making dick jokes anyway. But-
Exactly. Yeah.
but yeah,
Mhm, yeah.
yeah. I think the first one probably more so is kind of okay for kids. It's there, but this one also felt in a lot of ways more James Gunny than the last one. I feel like he had a little bit of more free reign. Did you?
Right,
Did you
okay.
feel that? It wasn't as kind of standard. Like the storyline wasn't just now we got to get a thing, and it wasn't get a gem, and then we got to do a thing, and then there's a space battle. You know what I mean?
I kind of feel it was.
But yeah, but I felt that there was. I can't really talk about it in spoilers, but the plot was different than what I thought would like a standard kind of. It took a different direction than I thought it would. Which
I
guess
thought it was about the same direction.
okay. Fair enough. I understand, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Soundtrack.
Great. Now you feel that this is. Did you say you felt that these were more obscure songs or more recognizable songs?
More recognizable, but
Yes.
from first hearing it, because I've listened to that first soundtrack a lot.
Yeah, right.
It's a great, but a lot of those songs I didn't know.
Yes.
Or I'd barely heard. But this one I recognized them more, but I said that I liked the first soundtrack better.
Okay,
So I
right,
knew
right.
it better.
Mhm.
But no, this
Yep.
still is a really good,
Yeah.
solid soundtrack.
And is this? Do you feel like we're ever being manipulated? Like we spoke about this in the first Guardians commentary that we feel that the soundtrack does add a lot to it. Do you
Yeah.
ever feel you're being manipulated by the soundtrack?
In the last bit I thought I did,
Okay.
there's the end sequence where there's one particular song.
Yep.
Not that I minded. I was like, this is a great, like this is a really good pairing. But
Yep.
no, it's not manipulated to the point of where like, you know, Suicide Squad's like, there's an Eminem song when whatever comes on, and then
Yeah.
there's
There's a House of the Rising Sun
Yeah,
because they're in
exactly.
prison or
Yeah.
whatever. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah. It's not like you won't understand. You won't understand what it's like to be in prison unless House of the Rising Sun
Yeah,
comes
exactly.
on. Right?
So no, I didn't feel that, but also felt like the first movie, they work in the soundtrack into the movie.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the songs play actual pivotal roles in
Yeah.
what's actually happening. Do you believe me?
I do believe you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Good songs though.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
Well, I've always loved The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. It's a good
song,
song.
yeah.
It's in the trailer. But also, yeah, like, Mr. Blue Sky.
It's a great song.
It's a
man.
great song, right? Yeah.
And a great
by ELO,
sequence. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah. That was I guess, yeah, that the opening sequence of the film, which we'll probably talk about in spoilers.
Yeah.
Now let's skip it. No, we will. Yeah, that was a very creative way I feel to open the film.
Yeah, to subvert the genre.
Subvert the
Mason?
genre.
Yeah, maybe we'll save that.
Yeah, we'll save it.
Do we talk about de-aging now, or do you want to save that for spoilers? It's like the first scene in the movie?
No, let's talk about it.
All right.
Let me think. No, it's fine because people know.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess that.
because Ego, we know from the trailer that
Yeah.
Ego is Peter Quill's father, and so he
Yes.
had to come to Earth in the 80s
Yeah.
to meet.
That dog's gone mad.
Dogs go mad. He had to come to Earth in the 80s to meet Peter's mother.
Yeah.
And so we get a flashback sequence where he has been de-aged to 1980s Kurt Russell.
And what do you think?
Incredible. I mean,
It's
he doesn't look exactly like 1980s
No.
Kurt Russell. He's got different hair.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he doesn't look like
He's not
say,
rough and tumble Snake
Yeah.
Plissken.
Although his hair, I feel, is modelled on Snake Plissken's. It's more auburn.
Yeah, well,
It's browner.
I think that's a wig.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Well, he maintains that a lot of that is makeup, and there's not a lot of digital
No.
effects. That's horseshit.
How
right?
dare no? You're a liar, Kurt Russell. There's no way.
When he's wearing the sunglasses, I was
Yeah.
like, "That's dead on."
Yeah.
Wait till the sunglasses come off, and they do, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, it gets better every time I see
Yeah.
it.
Right. Like leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I think the Michael Douglas one was probably the best one before this.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Mhm.
But this is like some fucking
Yeah.
next level.
So he doesn't look exactly like Snake Plissken or Big Trouble, Mr.
and cause
Jack
he's,
Burton.
And because he's clean shaven, it kind of throws you. Because he
Yeah,
wasn't
right.
really clean shaven in that era. Like the Thing, he's got a
Yeah,
beard
yeah.
and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, that's all I got.
Oh.
So he doesn't look exactly like him, but man.
Do you mean not exactly like them, as in they haven't perfected it, or do
No, I mean he doesn't look exactly like those characters.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's got his own look, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
it's like an alternate past version of Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you did clean cut Kurt Russell from that era, that he would pretty much
Mhm.
look exactly like that. But man, I
I
love.
just realized in talking about this, we've got a lot to unpack in this movie. A lot of stuff happens in this movie.
But most of it is in spoilers.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Really, because
Yep.
See if we've got anything else here from before we get into spoilers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, how about this? It's a bit of a bloody emotional roller coaster, Mason. Would you
Yes.
agree with that?
Yes.
Do you did that work for you, or were you like my emotions?
I watched it twice, and
Yeah.
I think the second time much more.
Oh, really?
I think the first time I was more concerned with the plot.
Did you father a child in between?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
good.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so you were like, oh, what's happening? Who's this? What's going on?
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm like, well, this is a fun action film, and I think in the second one, I'm like, oh, I had more time to think about like the relationships between the characters and things like that.
Sure, yeah.
And because I knew where I was going to go, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is fun.
What
Again,
moment?
they've again I feel like with the first one, I feel there was some silly stuff in the final act,
Yeah,
and watching it the first time, I'm like, oh, this got kind of silly.
yeah.
But watching it the second time, I'm like, oh no, actually they've earned it again. I think.
Right, okay, yeah. I agree. And I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, we're doing numbers now.
That's the new system. Did you not get the Evite?
Oh, did we invent a new system for ranking movies where we give it a numerical value? Oh, this is going to be great. We're going to revolutionize the system.
I'm going to give it best movie ever.
Yeah,
That's
me
what I'm
too.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ignore that score, everybody, because I know if I ever name another score, then
Yeah.
people will compare it to this score.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, is it worth seeing?
Yeah.
Even if you don't like movies? If you hate movies, every movie you've seen is total shit. Is this the movie that's going
this
to
is
turn you
not
around?
the movie that's going to turn you around.
What do you think is?
Oh, maybe it is though. Probably
The sequel,
Moonlight, something.
the TV series.
No, the movie.
Who's
Is that a
in
movie
that?
that came out recently?
Oh, yeah, right.
Didn't
that
win an
one-
Oscar or something?
It did. It stole an Oscar from La La
That's
Land.
right, yeah.
So whatever happened there, yeah.
La La Land. If you don't love movies, just watch. I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it. It's good. I like a
great.
musical though. Spoilers.
Did you see Ian McKellen? I think it was Ian McKellen threw some shade on Moonlight on La La Land the other
What
day.
did he say?
He said, I've always liked would have liked to do a musical.
Yeah.
I've done like theater and pantomime and stuff like that.
Sure.
And he said, no offense to La La Land, but if you can't sing and dance, you probably shouldn't.
You know what though? He's not wrong.
Burn.
No, he's not wrong because I think Ryan Gosling, and this is off the track, and Emma Stone are good in that. But and Claire's a big proponent of this because she has a bit of a theatre background, where a lot of the times these roles should go to people who can sing and dance, but they don't. They give it to big name kind of actors. Like that's how Russell Crowe was cast as Javert in Les Mis.
Yeah.
And he's terrible. And the acting is good, obviously, because he's the greatest actor in the
yes,
world.
obviously, yeah.
And she was even saying that I don't think there's anything wrong with dubbing. Emma Watson can sing.
Right, uh-huh.
But she's not as good as the person who sung in the original Beauty and the Beast.
Right, okay.
So just dub it. Like, it's okay. It's like with special effects, like they're not really fighting. Like it's, do you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's
Agreed.
The same, yeah, it's the same thing. So yeah, and I think there is something to that, Ian McKellen. I think you know your craft.
He's good.
Jesus.
One of the best.
Yeah. All right. Spoilers. Opening sequence.
Oh, also, just FYI, the other day your wife sent me an invite to LinkedIn.
Oh, really?
What? Why?
Are you on LinkedIn?
No. Why would she think I would be?
How do you send an invite to someone on LinkedIn?
You just get an email.
Really? So is it to make
Does this face look like a businessman to you?
a little bit
Okay.
businessman.
Carry on.
I don't like LinkedIn because you can tell who's looked at yours and who you're looking at.
Oh.
I don't like any of that. I don't like the
Ooh.
transparency.
It's like MySpace.
It's exactly like that, or is it? I don't remember how
No,
that
neither
works.
way, if I'm honest.
Okay, so the opening sequence of where you see the actual Guardians,
Yes.
it's to Mr. Blue Sky.
Yes.
So there's this amazing.
Oh, we're in spoilers now?
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
Okay,
I said it
good.
like 5 times.
All right.
There's an amazing battle with this interdimensional slug monster or whatever.
Tentacle octopus thing, yeah.
And then people are getting flown about and getting battered out of the air, and it's shooting like rainbow blasts out of its
In the
mouth.
background.
In the background. It's all out of focus as Groot is doing his little dance around to Mr. Blue Sky.
And he's also getting fired up for battle, but not against the giant monster, but against like little tiny lizard creatures or like a bug that he sees that angers him that he wants to eat.
Yeah.
It's very good.
That's it. And as that's happening, they're kind of, he's either narrowly being missed, or like rockets like pulling the bug out of his mouth, or like someone's moving him out of the way and whatever. It's really good. I think that is way more effective than just having a battle sequence with a giant monster. I think that's
Which we've
way
seen
more-
hundreds of times
exactly,
before
we've
in
seen hundreds
sci-fi
of
movies
times,
and whatever.
No, I thought that was fantastic, and I don't think he was overused either. Like he just kind of has 2 big moments. There's that, and there's the other moment where he has to retrieve Yondu's fin, and it's this 5-minute gag where he just keeps
Yeah.
going and grabbing different things.
Yep.
Which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that he kept, like he drags a desk back at one
He sure does,
point.
yeah. And a severed toe.
Yeah.
That bit was good.
Yeah.
And the bit where he has a problem with hats.
Yeah, that's
It's
yeah.
so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess this movie also kind of puts to rest that it's when Rocket's translating him,
Yes.
it's what he's actually saying. Rocket's not just saying,
Yeah, right.
like, because I kind of got that sense in the first movie that Groot could just be saying whatever, and Rocket's just pretending that he knows what
Right,
he says.
gotcha.
But,
Yeah.
But it seems to be that that's what he's actually. I like that sequence a lot. That Sean Gunn has more play in this as well.
Yes, he does.
starts the Ravenger mutiny, so Taserface can
Yes.
can take over.
Uh-huh.
Very different from the comic version of Taserface.
Correct.
But I think James Gunn just wanted to use him simply for
that
name
gag.
yeah.
I believe whoever invented Taserface, it was either Rob Liefeld or like
he
Mark
looks like
Silvestri or
like
somebody.
a Rob Liefeld character.
But his son named whoever invented it. His son gave him the name.
oh really?
Like his like 10-year-old son or something, or
Cool,
9-year-old was
yeah.
like, call him Taserface.
Don't
So
tell.
that's where the name comes
Okay,
from.
cool. It's a great use of Taserface,
I
and
agree.
the only use of Taserface
Yeah.
that,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
we'll probably get in movies. Well, he's dead, isn't he?
Yes.
So the big reveal of the movie is
Yes.
that Peter Quill's father, Ego, the Living Planet,
Yes.
who's a man, sort of, has been sleeping his way around the universe
Yep,
to potentially thousands of alien species, it looked
Yes.
like, to try and replicate his celestial. He's a celestial as well,
He is a celestial.
which
yes.
the original Ego is not. Is that right?
I don't believe he is. No.
Yeah. So he's basically he's one of those guys who we see in the Last Guardians who can.
Yeah, I think though in the Marvel movie universe, Celestial is just something that is slightly lower than a god.
Right.
Maybe. So it's more than like a Norse Thor thunder
Yeah.
god, but it's less than an actual
literal-
a real god.
A real god.
A real god, that's
Yeah.
right.
Do you reckon there is a real god in this universe?
Well, it's Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby. In this universe.
Oh, in
Talking
our
about-
universe.
yeah. No,
in
not
our
our
universe,
uni-
it's also Jack Kirby,
No,
yes.
I mean in the movie universe.
Oh, I don't know, but in the comic
actual
book,
comics,
in the
it's Jack
comic book
Kirby, yeah.
universe, there's gods and celestials and eternity and all sorts of big cosmic entities, and there's above that there's somebody called the One Above All,
Yeah.
who like the biggest cosmic entities report to, and it's a guy called Jack who lives in it, who just hangs out in a bar,
Yes.
and it's assumed to be Jack Kirby.
and he controls all.
Yeah.
So he's the writer basically.
Yeah, exactly,
I
yeah.
get it. It's
You get it.
meta.
You
It's
get it.
very-
You get it, yeah.
Do people like that, or are they like it's a bit?
I mean,
on
he's
the
been
nose?
this has happened like twice in
Right. Okay.
in 60 years or whatever. So
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Very good, Mason.
Isn't it though?
Anyway, did you see that reveal coming that Ego was an evil man and whatever, and he's not really? So he's just He's been killing all these children.
maybe when I saw the opulence of his planet,
Yeah.
I'm like, what's behind this?
Yeah, this is strange. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
And it's kind of even foreshadowed when not Nebula, Gamora's like, "Look, we'll go and check it out, and if it's wrong, if he's evil, we'll just kill him."
See,
Which is exactly what happens.
Yeah, well, that's true, but I think that was meant to diffuse. Like that's meant to diffuse the audience's suspicions.
Oh, really?
Because if she
No.
goes, well, if he's evil, we'll just kill him. You go, well, obviously he's not going to be
Yeah.
evil because.
And also,
we've addressed that now.
Sure, but I'm also going into this movie going, I don't think by that point, the Sovereign aren't really, they're kind of a joke.
Yes, that's true.
And
yeah.
there needs to be another threat. And there's nobody, and the Ravagers are also kind of a joke.
Yes.
And also he knows most of them.
I thought potentially what we could have been heading towards is an appearance by Thanos and then a cliffhanger, Empire Strikes Back style.
Right, yeah.
But no.
Well,
no Thanos at all.
I'd heard also
no
that-
Infinity Gem either.
Well, I'd heard that
Stone.
neither of those things were going to be in it. That being said, they could have turned up. Like
Yep.
it could have, like there's a lot of stuff hidden from this that maybe but we would have seen Josh Brolin in mocap or something instead,
Yes, exactly, wouldn't we? Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I saw the reveal kind of coming, but I still enjoyed the kind of the way it played out and the
What did you feel about the revelation that he put the tumor in his wife and Peter Quill's
that was
mother's
like
head?
not out loud.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, that was, and you kind of see that coming as he's giving that speech about. How
Do you think that is too villainous though?
Nah, it's great.
Okay, right.
I love it.
Oh, look, I understand it from the concept of he doesn't understand. Like he doesn't. This is his first experience with love.
Yeah.
and he doesn't understand it. But he's also a being who's callous enough to just I have a problem and I'll solve it.
Yeah.
I don't want to come back to this planet because then I'll never leave. So if I kill her, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So he doesn't understand the gravity of what he's saying to Peter Quill.
No, because of course he hasn't lived that life. He's lived millions of years and encountered millions of beings. What is
what does he care exactly?
Yeah.
But I also feel maybe like
I think he does care,
Right,
But I
okay.
don't think he, like you said, he doesn't understand
Right.
it, or he hasn't dawned on him yet.
yeah, I still don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence of whether that is too heavy-handed or I'm going into that. I got the my assumption was going to be she died from like radiation poisoning,
Okay,
or
sure,
something along the lines.
Yeah.
Not that he actually went. I'm gonna kill you.
But I like also that it gave Peter Quill the kick
Yeah,
to kind of snap out of the take over the galaxy mindset, which
That's true,
I don't
yeah.
know why he was cool with that in the first
Right,
place.
yeah.
But that was a great sequence where it does that zoom
uh-huh.
and he just fucking unloads on him. Like I like that.
That was
a
just
lot.
makeup. Kurt Russell being torn to pieces by blasters. Just some creative makeup there.
Yeah, he's a
and
good
then he
act-
returns as David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
I thought that was a fun bit.
And you know what though? Because I said to you off mic, so it doesn't count, a few weeks before, I said, wouldn't it be fun if like Stallone turns up in this movie?
Yes.
Because Kurt Russell can appear as whoever. So
That's
he,
true,
so
he
he
did, yeah.
appears as Rocky.
Yeah,
Not
right.
thinking that was the reason I didn't say it because I'm like, that's dumb.
Right.
And then
you were close though.
That was a similar kind of
You're
thing
really
happened.
close,
So
yeah.
I'm glad I said that to you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's a real thing that
And
I thought.
and that I like the fact that Gamora sort of misremembers his story and he's like,
Yes.
don't you remember, didn't you have the guy and he had a magic boat?
Yeah.
No, it was David Hasselhoff and he had a talking car. That was fun. And again, if that had just shown up in the third act, I would have been like, well, that's really stupid, but they kind of earned it.
Yeah, totally,
Where,
yeah.
like he had this, like it's a story he didn't tell that many people, but he hasn't told anybody in his adult life, but as a kid he told everybody that his dad was David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. It's like that kid I knew who said that He-Man lived with him. I've told that
Yeah,
story.
you
before.
have, yeah. Mhm.
But I liked all the ego stuff. And also we very, very, very briefly saw, and I wonder whether this was added late in the game, probably not. You see the face on the planet. And
Yeah,
I'm
right.
like,
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
need. That's
Yeah,
all
no,
I need.
absolutely.
I mean,
No.
I would have liked to have seen it.
No, I don't think they added that
Yappity-yap.
late in the game. I reckon we was like, we've got to make it. We've got to give it a face.
Yeah.
At what point will we throw
Yeah,
it in?
you're probably
And-
right.
And at the point where he becomes his most evil.
It's a good
people
reveal.
People did gasp in the cinema when I
Yeah.
saw it. People
Do you
were
think
like,
that was there the whole time and they just approached the planet from a different direction?
Yes.
Or do you think he did it?
we'll never know.
We won't, will he?
No,
Will
we'll
we?
never know.
But yeah, James Gunn was like, I remember he said, there's no giant planet with a face. And
Yes.
I remember thinking, that cannot be true.
Right.
Because the director that you are, I just don't think that
right.
you would pass that up.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like and also I think superhero filmmakers have learned from the lessons of the past, i.e., Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver
Yeah.
Surfer. If you're gonna have an iconic cosmic villain, you got to show him.
Just do it.
yeah. Mhm.
And look, it didn't have to be like a big face going, "I'm gonna destroy
Yeah,
you."
right. But
Like
just
that would
enough
have been
of
a
that,
bit
yeah.
on the nose. But,
Exactly.
But yeah.
Oh, speaking of Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
we also
What?
got
Yeah,
we got
so,
the Watchers.
Okay. They must have more stuff than we thought because they bought Ego back. They traded Ego
Right.
back. Do you reckon there's a chance that they have the Fantastic Four?
Maybe.
Yeah.
See, so for anybody who doesn't know, in the comic books, every Marvel character can interact in the same universe, but in the movie universes, a lot of them can't because they were licensed off to various filmmakers in years and decades past.
Fox is busy ruining them 3 times over.
Exactly, and a lot of those properties are owned by other companies in perpetuity. If they keep making movies, they can keep owning the characters.
That's right.
So. And in a lot of cases, it's kind of unclear who owns what.
Right.
So, because Fantastic Four is owned by Fox,
Yeah.
I assumed that they also owned every kind of Fantastic Four related cosmic
Yeah.
property.
They're
So
Silver Surfer, Galactus,
The Watcher.
Yeah.
But in this one, we get the Watchers, who are hanging out with Stanley, who I believe in the credits is Uatu the Watcher.
No, I think he was Watcher Informant.
Okay, right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
but
good.
what's also really interesting about that, and this is pointed out by people who are smarter than me,
Yep.
or bigger nerds,
Yeah,
got him.
you got it.
That Stanley says, and that one time I was a delivery man, right? But the thing is, the time he was a delivery man was during Civil War, the end of
Yes.
Civil War. Civil War takes place in 2016.
Right.
This movie takes place in 2014.
So what you're saying is Stanley perceives all time and space simultaneously.
So he's not just... He's something else as well, or
Right,
he has additional powers to just be... Because he's clearly... So he's not human, or if he is human, he's been imbued with some kind of power to...
Maybe we're thinking too hard about this.
I don't think so.
I think they've just given him that joke because he was the delivery man in Civil War.
Right, so people remember it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't think it's...
Yeah. I mean, they could have said he was the mailman in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer or whatever.
yeah, I guess they could
Maybe
have.
that's
yeah.
what they're referring to.
Yeah, but what I really liked about this as well, this has been a kind of a... It's been a theory that's popped up for a few years that
Yes.
this Stanley character who keeps popping up in movies is the same character.
Yes.
And he is Uatu. So
Yes.
maybe he still is Uatu. That there's a chance, but he doesn't look like. Can
No.
they can't take the form of other beings? Can they?
I think they can, but they won't.
And
Because they have power cosmic, so I guess they can do whatever they want.
But
Yeah.
also they don't talk. But do they talk to each other?
The Watchers talk.
No, but they don't often don't though. They don't like converse with. Well, I guess they converse with each other, but they don't talk to
I
other
don't think
people.
I've ever read a comic where there's more than one of them. Like,
Okay.
because Uatu used to be the narrator of the What If comics, where he would talk about like parallel stories, like what if Wolverine became
really?
the Lord of the
Okay.
Vampires or whatever.
Because I'm thinking of that Nova comic where the kid Nova
Oh yes,
meets Watcher and the Watcher doesn't speak until like the very end.
Maybe that's a good question. I mean, Uatu's always spoken.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the only one that does though. That's a
Okay.
good question. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never really read anything that doesn't have him in it.
But also, he has an affinity for Earth that the other Watchers don't seem to have for whatever
Correct.
they're watching over.
Yes,
that's
that is
how it
correct,
works.
yeah.
And also, he's dead at
He's
the
dead
moment.
now. Yes, he's been replaced by White Nick Fury.
White Nick Fury, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The David
Nick Fury.
Hasselhoff version.
David
of-
Hasselhoff,
of
Nick Fury. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but Dave Bautista also said something interesting. He said that Sony is talking about Spider-Man, and Sony have been lending Spider-Man back to Marvel, and there's been talk that Sony are then going to retract that offer in a few years after Avengers: Infinity War, and as a result of that, they're going to make their own spin-off universe, which they've been threatening us with.
That's right.
For years now.
And it's going to go really well.
Yeah, they were talking about a Sinister Six movie because they set all that up in that Spider-Man Origin basement from Part 2.
Yep.
And they were talking about a Venom movie that they might do and a Silver Sable Black Cat movie.
That's right.
And they'll definitely balls it up.
Yeah. Also, when was Silver Sable in a comic? When was the last time she was?
I couldn't tell you.
It would have been Amazing Spider-Man in like 1998 or something.
I'm sure she's a background character in Civil War
Probably,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But he said that
When they need characters to be shooting off a rooftop or something.
Right.
They'll bring in a Silver Sable.
he said that he thinks that Marvel are going to buy back Spider-Man.
You'd hope so.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's something Sony would give up?
Yeah, they really should, shouldn't they?
Yeah. I mean, from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
what makes them? They need to look at what makes them more money,
Mm.
and maybe they would make more money from selling him back than making infinite number of Spider-Man movies that are not very good.
Well, I mean, potentially it's a case of how deep Disney's pockets are. I mean, they are very deep.
Yeah.
It's how much they want to. If they were like, listen, the last Spider-Man movie made $200 million. Here's $300 million and you don't have to make another one, but we'll get Spider-Man back. Maybe
Right.
they'll agree to it.
Yeah.
Because that's $300 million for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, Disney, how much money did Disney have? I have no idea.
well, they had enough to buy Lucasfilm in its entirety. So.
Oh, yeah, they sure do, don't they?
So-
Yeah.
but the difference here is Lucasfilm was
Is somebody going to buy Disney? Is that
yeah.
gonna happen?
We talked about
Yeah.
Apple maybe.
Oh,
that
boy.
was the rumor.
That's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, just companies eating other
Yeah,
companies.
right.
No, but the difference is between Lucasfilm and Spider-Man is one. Well, there's more characters in that universe, but you're buying one character.
Yeah, mhm.
For Star Wars, you're buying a history and a franchise, and,
Yeah.
and all the actors and the merch and everything that's associated with it. They own everything Spider-Man except the movie rights.
Yeah,
so
right.
that's not a $4 billion deal.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Because surely Disney make all the merchandise money.
Yeah, they make all and Spider-Man still outsells every other superhero
Yeah.
tenfold in
There you
merch.
go. There you go, right.
Yeah. But I do think we're seeing, I didn't know that they had the watches. And I
Yep.
feel like that they might have Fantastic Four, but they just haven't told us yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think Fox might just be like, we're not doing
they're
anything with
never
this.
going to make a good one,
No.
ever.
And they might just not, even if they did.
Imagine if they just showed up in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like they didn't like they cast it in secret.
Yeah.
And they were just like, surprise, here they are in the Fantastic car, just showing up in space. How good would
Jessica
that be?
Alba's back.
Jessica Alba's Yoan Griffin's back. Chris Evans is pulling double duty. Imagine if in Infinity War, like Thanos disintegrates Captain America, and we know he's going to come back, but
Yeah, sure,
But just
yeah.
for the dramatic tension, he disintegrates Captain America, and then the Human Torch, played by Chris Evans, just shows up again. Wouldn't that be
Incredible.
great?
But
Yeah.
he's got that kind of radical early 2000s
Yeah, right. Yeah,
attitude.
they could de-age him.
They could de-age
him.
I mean, they wouldn't need to, but they
Yeah,
could, couldn't
right?
they? Yeah. Oh, that would be incredible. And Chiklis, of
and Michael
course.
Chiklis is back. Yeah, as the commish. The Thing couldn't make it, but it's me, the commish.
He's the best thing that we've seen.
Yeah, weird, right?
He's good. It's great casting.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that Fox are either going to bugger it up or hold on to it forever. So you
Yeah.
may as well sell it back.
Exactly. What
Yeah.
are we talking about? Guardians of the Galaxy.
What a
else
good
was-
one,
what
fun
was
one.
good
It was a
fun?
fun
It was a
one,
fun
wasn't
one.
it?
What else? Oh yeah, so the things that in the final act, of course, he at one point Peter Quill uses his cosmic powers to turn into Pac-Man briefly.
Yes.
Which was a fun visual gag, but I'm like, oh, that's a pretty silly. And if they hadn't earned it earlier
It's
on,
very
I'd be like,
pixels.
yeah, isn't it though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't hate or love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. In a worse movie, that's not.
Yeah.
That's
and
not
they
a good
reused
gag.
they reused the chain twice.
Yes. Well, they reused a couple songs, like the Brandy song.
Oh, yeah,
used
they did
twice.
too. Yeah. Mm.
Some songs popped up a few times. Great prison break sequence.
Yes.
The only
Which was very reminiscent of the first one.
well, that's the only thing that I didn't particularly like about it was Rocket broke out of that prison
Yeah.
in the first movie by getting a battery and getting this and that and then floating a thing out. And with him, it was just like a grill. Like
Yeah,
a guy,
right.
he's the kind of guy that could pick that lock and be out in a second.
Right.
So that was, but
But maybe they know his skill set, and they're like, "We'll put him in the one lock in the room with the one lock he can't pick."
see, I don't even know if they do. Oh, he did kill a lot of them though, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That was I liked that sequence a lot when Rocket takes out all of the Ravagers.
yeah, in the forest. Yeah,
Really cool. Yeah.
And also the scene where Yondu kills everyone. That's probably not a scene for kids when you think about it.
Johnny Urine was in it, the musician.
Oh right, okay.
He's got a real Weasley face to this. I do not care for him, and I'm glad that arrow went right through him. Yeah. That's another bit. Like this movie gets real dark when they're ejecting
People into space.
people into space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that as well. But no, that arrow that's a great idea,
Isn't it
and
though,
I
yeah.
bloody love it. Do you really think he uses his heart or his whistle to control it?
Mostly the whistle. I
Seems
think.
like his whistle,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah. Sean Gunn gets a bit. We'll talk about this. He got a bit more play as well. Do you think he's going to show up? Like he's going to be a member of the
I
team?
think he's going to be on the team for a while. Yeah,
He's on the ship, isn't he?
He's on the ship, and he's always on set. So
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. Well, he's Rocket.
yeah. I hope he gets rid of that fin though. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's also the joke that he kind of looks like a.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Like a bit of a.
I guess
bit of
that's
a
true.
bloody dummy.
Yeah. So did you again? I didn't feel. I felt much more emotionally affected by the death of Yondu on my second viewing.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
100%. Yeah. And that's a thing
Michael Rook is great.
Isn't he good?
He's so good.
He's good in The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Even
okay,
that's
if
not a
you say so.
Not a good
Yeah.
show. But no, he's great when he's all in Slither and he's in like.
Yeah, that's right.
He's in 15 hours of prosthetics that
Yeah.
he probably slept in.
Yeah.
But no, and I liked that was a callback to the first movie where we having just watched it. me and you. Like they talk about. Yondu briefly mentions why he didn't deliver Peter Quill to Ego.
Yeah.
And he just
that
goes,
guy's a jerk
"He's
anyway."
jerk,"
Kind of thing.
yeah. But you find out that Stallone's in this. You find out that's weird. You find out that the reason being that he liked Peter Quill and he wanted to kind of keep him safe and
and he
raise him.
learned very late in the game that all the children he was delivering to Ego weren't being cared for. They were being tested for celestial DNA and then turned to ash.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. Yeah. But no, I liked that a lot. And there is, there's that line about he's not your father and I'm your bloody father, mate.
Yeah.
Which was good. No, it's great. I mean, it's a shame he's not going to be in it anymore. But
yeah, exactly.
But it's a good way to go out.
And that was exactly. If he was a character we didn't care about in any way, it wouldn't matter if he died. The fact that I'm like, oh no, he should be in. Why won't he be in the next Guardians kind of thing? Why won't he be in Infinity War?
Yeah.
Then they've chosen the right character to kill.
Exactly.
In a way.
Exactly. And I liked Peter Quill's speech about how he was his Hasselhoff and he had a cool spaceship and he banged hot women across the galaxy.
Exactly. Yeah,
There's robot prostitutes in this movie as well.
They sure are. Yeah.
Stallone.
Yes.
It's the original Guardians team.
It is it's the Guardians team from the 60s and then the 90s.
Yeah, who are also the Guardians from the year 3000.
Yes.
They're the future team.
Yeah, so there's been a little messing with the timeline, but
one of them is Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
The robot
in the original in the comic book timeline, those characters we see are the Guardians from the year 3000 and the Miley Cyrus character is Mainframe, who is the Vision.
Yes.
Whose intelligence has survived into the future.
Right.
So
do you think that's going to... Oh, no, they can't link that, can they now? I was like, how's that going to work?
No,
Time travel?
Also, how's the Vision's voice going to... How's Paul Bettany's voice going to become Miley Cyrus's?
He's a robot. He can
I guess that's
turn
true.
into whatever he bloody wants.
But we had...
Iceman,
that's Michael Rosenbaum. And then
Ving Rhames
as Charlie 27.
Yep.
And we had Michelle Yeoh as Stallone's wife.
In real life.
No. So in the comic books, he's Starhawk.
Yeah.
And that's his wife.
Yes.
And then we had, and I can't remember the character's name because
she has a name, Mason.
No, the other one, the sort of the red demonic.
Oh, with the Doctor Strange hands.
He's got Doctor Strange powers. Which
cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Which again are not that great in this universe yet.
No. I'd imagine he'd be really good at that.
Probably, yeah. Because he's got magic and space magic.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think James Gunn says he wants to use these guys again.
I'd love to see that.
Do you reckon they'll just get killed by Thanos or something like that?
The cannon fodder.
I think that's what's going to happen in Nebula. Because at the end of this, Nebula goes off to kill Thanos. Yeah. I think the next movie might open with Thanos killing Nebula.
Right.
Just to show that the kind of threat that he is.
Yeah. Oh, again, so we spoke about it pre-spoilers, but after spoilers, she feels like she's in a different movie.
Right.
Where she's on this insane quest for vengeance and she's out to kill people with no irony.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
She does not do jokes or anything, does she?
Does not do jokes.
That's one joke that didn't work for me, the fruit joke.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't do it for me.
Yep.
That's okay, right? You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, good.
What else happened? Anything else?
What have I got here? I might actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
Got some listener review. If you think of something, I got some listener reviews, so feel
I'm
free
ready
to jump in.
I'll jump in.
It's from Adam. Just saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Thought the second half was better than the first half. Overall, I thought it was great. Danielle says, Stallone and Russell in the same movie, but no Tango and Cash reference. What a waste.
Interesting, right? They never even interact.
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew says, so it was a fun night. It was great charm. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was fun last night. Does it have the great charm of the original? I think it's supposed to say doesn't have the great charm of the original, but still pretty enjoying. James with a Y says, since Ego is dead, this is a question.
Yes.
Does that mean that Star-Lord can no longer grab that gem?
Yes. Wow. I mean, he'd give it a whirl.
He could, but it'd kill him.
Not necessarily.
He might have some residual. Well, he had power before, because he wasn't linked to the planet, was he?
No, I think he was.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it depends. So, I reckon there's two options here. Like, number one is that he has human DNA, but this second base layer of DNA, which enables him to grab the gem.
Yeah.
Right? Or the reason he could is because he had, like, some sort of connection to the celestial power.
See,
in which case, now that it's gone, he can't. But I would say maybe his DNA is still...
Yeah, I'd say it's still pretty robust.
But also, even if it isn't, now Groot's back.
So Groot can grab it?
No, so I'm saying there's more members of the team.
Oh, to
So
grab
if they
the-
needed to do it again,
Right.
there's more people in the team. So I reckon they could probably do it anyway.
And Sean Gunn.
And Sean Gunn's there, exactly. Yeah. So he could burn to a crisp, and then he could form the kindling.
Yeah.
He could be their fire break, and then
I feel like because he'd never returned, because Ego has to physically return to the source planet.
yes,
So because he'd never been there, I feel like he can't tap into that planetary power, but he
Right.
still has that little bit of like a inhuman kind of aspect to him.
right.
I think it's worth still giving it a chance if he has to, is what I'm
I
saying.
think so. Yeah, give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Give it a bash. Why not?
This is from Portable Cooler. Just saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and loved it. Great sequel, lots of fun and lots of heart. Cannot wait for Infinity War. We should talk about that actually, Mason.
Yes.
That's the next movie. Apparently they're not going to play a huge role, but they will be showing up because a lot of Infinity War is set in space.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to see the Guardians do in Infinity War 1 and 2?
Oh.
Do you want to see them fight for a bit and then they're mates?
Yeah, they've got to team up with there's no way they're not going to team up with the Avengers.
Do you want
right?
to see Rocket Raccoon meet a regular raccoon?
That's just stowed away in a Quinjet or something.
Well, I think they go to Earth.
Oh,
Or if they
okay,
do
right.
go to Earth, yeah.
Oh,
What do you think
right,
of that?
okay. That sounds pretty good.
Cool with that?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be good if he had to go in disguise as a regular raccoon?
Yes.
Has to go
That'd be
undercover.
pretty good.
Has to go undercover?
He'd have, but he's got all those cybernetic parts on him, so he'd have to like wear a little raccoon coat over his regular raccoon
Yeah, he'd
self.
kill a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about them going to Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, also, one last thing I just remembered. At the end, Peter Quill's Walkman's destroyed, and he gets a
no,
Zune.
yeah.
What do you think's on that Zune?
Well, Father and Son by Cat Stevens.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, obviously, like it's whoever's owned it has similar musical tastes
Yeah.
to Peter Quill's mum, but I'm hoping it has like a lot of late '90s, early 2000s. Like, imagine if it's got
Puddle
like
of Mud.
yeah, Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, maybe some of that stuff. Hey, what do you reckon about that?
The Zune that's a good joke, by the way. The Zune that's a good joke. It's got
I
holds
agree.
300 songs. I bought one of those.
Yes.
When in like the I don't know 2006 or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it bricked in like a day, and I had to return it because that were the shit for holding music, weren't
Yeah, I
they?
remember,
That
yeah.
was where it was at. You had one, didn't you?
I had an iPod Classic.
Oh, okay.
I know. I had a.
I'm sure you had one in your car, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a something else. It wasn't a Zune.
Oh,
something else.
That's something else you say.
Something else, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's a promotional tie-in? It's not here, but in America, there are potato chip packets that have functional MP3 players in them for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so they come with like
They're so cheap now, aren't
yeah,
they?
the pack comes with several songs from the soundtrack and a set of headphones, and you plug it into your potato chip packet.
Into
Madness.
the actual packet.
Yes,
How many times does it work until it runs out of?
it's USB powered, so you can run forever.
You can
technically,
just carry a.
potato chip packet.
Potato-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, that's
Pretty good,
amazing,
right? Yeah.
Mason.
Mhm.
What else we got? Anything else? No, I don't think the Zune has the retro appeal of the Walkman. Even the headphones aren't as.
No, that's true.
But I found that last sequence with
gives a
Yondu's
headphone.
death, and he
Yeah.
gives the little baby, and then he gives him little headphones
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever. Like,
Oh, should we talk about post-credit sequence?
yes, which
Yeah.
ones?
Oh, there were so many.
Okay, so there's the teenage Groot.
Yep, funny.
Funny,
Good.
yep.
Which means he'll be an adult by the time
Yes,
Infinity War
3
rolls
years
around.
from now. Yeah,
Yeah, uh-huh.
3 years from then.
Yes.
What else? Stallone's getting the team back
Getting
together.
the team back together, yep, pretty good.
Watcher one we talked about.
Yep. Oh, maybe we've covered them all.
Yeah, the Arrow, the Sean Gunn Finn, which we
We
talked
have
about.
basically covered them all, haven't we?
Any other ones? I
All
think there's five.
little dances in the credits.
Oh yeah, there's a
Pretty good.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, it makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Hasselhoff makes another
Hasselhoff
appearance.
makes another-
They de-aged him quite well, I think.
Did they? I thought that's what he just.
No,
looks
they
like.
in the movie he's de-aged.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
He is.
He's
looks-
100% not.
No, he looks like Knight Rider.
He's wearing the outfit, but he's
Oh,
not.
really? Okay.
I would bet my balls on it, Mason.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm willing to bet nothing, so we'll watch it again, and we'll see how your balls fare.
Do you want to at least bet one of your balls so
No,
it's even?
I like my balls.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and there might be another one, but anyway.
Yeah, good. All right.
Too
we'll cut-
many or not enough?
Just the right amount.
You know what was good about this movie as well? It's not tied to any of the other movies except the previous Guardians movie.
That's true.
There's none of the other.
I would have loved to seen some kind of, like in a post-credit sequence, some kind of Avengers cameo. I was crossing my fingers hoping for like,
Hulk.
no, I was hoping for Tony Stark in his space armor.
Oh, that would have been
Just
good.
for a second, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like just going somewhere and finding some Guardians-related space junk or something.
Yeah.
And being like, what the bloody hell is
bloody hell's going on
this?
there? Yeah.
I'm going to use this as a weapon of war somehow.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
That's what I do.
Mm.
Oh, I was meant to ask you this. Do you like how they split up the team? Empire Strikes Back style.
Yes.
I like that too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Good.
Apparently, James Gunn looked at successful sequels and what made them work.
yep.
And you can see kind of there's definitely Empire Strikes Back, like there's
Yeah.
the asteroid field and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's also there's like a Spock style funeral at the end.
That's true,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So that it's
Yeah.
But that sequence could have just had bagpipes and it would have been like Spock's death. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? When I die, I don't care what kind of funeral I get. You
Noted.
just kick my body into a river.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
Great.
That doesn't mean you get to murder me and kick me into a river, just so we're clear.
All right.
You know what it's time for?
What's it time for?
What to be reading?
Oh, what are we going to read? Very good.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What you reading?
This week I read, because I after Guardians, I'm like, I love Marvel cosmic stuff.
Yes.
So I read the first volume of The Ultimates, which is not the Marvel Ultimate Universe Ultimates, but the
Yeah.
new Ultimates.
Okay.
So it's basically a team who've decided it's a Marvel team who've decided that they're gonna on their own deal with various cosmic threats in the Marvel universe. So it's Captain Marvel.
Yep.
It's Black Panther.
Yep.
It's Blue Marvel, who's like Black Superman.
Right.
It's Ms. America,
Yep.
who's like a dimensional transporter type.
Right.
And it's Spectrum, who is a previous Captain Marvel.
That's a weird mix.
Yeah, it's a weird mix,
Why
right?
is Black Panther in the team?
Because he's got all the money.
Oh,
He's got the
okay.
money and the Wakandan technology, I
Cool,
think.
okay, yeah.
And he's often a guy, like he's...
You need an Earth kind of based character.
But also, you think he's like just a kind of like a brawler kind of guy.
no,
But
he's smart.
yeah, he's smart. Exactly. He punched Mephisto once. Like there's a secret in a.
Oh, that's a great comic.
Yeah, many years ago. There was a Black Panther comic by Christopher Priest, I think, and there's a scene where Mephisto is sort of, causing havoc in New York City.
Who's the devil? We should.
He's
Point
the
out.
devil, yeah. So he's not the devil, but he pretends he's the.
He's one of the
He's a
devils.
devil.
Yeah.
He's a real devil.
He's a bloody devil. That bloke.
and he has vast hellborn power or what have you, and so there's not a lot you can do, and so Black Panther keeps him talking until his tech team can kind of surround the building with like power draining devices, then he just slaps him around for a bit. It's pretty
great.
good.
That's
It's
awesome.
really good.
Is that a Black Panther book or does Black Panther just show up in?
No, that's Black Panther's solo series from like a few years ago.
Cool.
Yeah, you should check that out if you can. Anyway, so in this one they decide that Galactus is a problem, and that eventually he's gonna attempt to devour Earth or like another inhabited world. So they're just gonna fix the problem forever.
They're going to take away his big knife and fork.
Exactly, that's right.
He's got beautiful manners. He would never attempt to eat it
That's
otherwise.
right. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, that's great.
Yeah, it's real good.
I watched Prometheus today
Yep.
because next week we are doing an Alien. We've done Alien and Aliens.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Alien 3 and 4 and Prometheus.
I gotta watch
So
them again, that means.
essentially the not as good ones.
Great, fantastic.
We might have a very special guest as well.
Yeah.
And that's in preparation for Alien. I keep calling it Alien Isolation. It's
Yes.
called Alien
Covenant.
Devastation or whatever
Very
it's
good,
called.
yep.
Even though that's out here this week.
Alien Degustation.
So yeah, if anyone wants to watch any of those in prep and share some opinions,
Yeah, if you could,
that
that'd
would
be
be
great.
fine. But no, they're I'm looking forward to talking about them because Prometheus, there's some weird choices in that movie,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
agreed.
So that's next week. But also, I bought, and you played a little bit when you got here, a Raspberry Pi,
Yes.
a retro video gaming system that has every game from the past that you could ever possibly need, and it's great.
Yeah.
And do you like my little Nintendo
I like
controllers,
your little
Mason?
retro Nintendo controllers.
But they're wireless and whatnot.
and they've got little analog sticks.
But there is that thing because we just flick through a few games. We play each game for like a minute and then go, nah.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'll play one of the other 1,000 games on this. And as I said to you, when I was a kid, I would have sawn my arm off to get this.
Yeah.
But now I'm completely indifferent to
Right.
it. Even though it's amazing. Like it's an amazing piece of technology. And what did you say about it? That
Well, I said as a kid, if I could travel back in time to my own past self, I'm sure I could give him a lot of warnings or a lot of advice about the stock market or whatever, invest in Google. But also, I think one of the things that I would say is, hey, don't stress about getting all these latest games or whatever, because in a few years, you'll be able to buy a $100 box that lets you play every game in existence. And guess what? They're not all that great.
exactly. Good work. Anyway, the reason also I bought it was because we've got to do more video game stuff.
We should, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll work towards that. But I like doing the animations on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether that's feasible to do it because I want to do maybe even one a week. Work to that. At
We
some
can do a
point.
video game Caravan of Garbage.
Yeah,
We've got to bring back Caravan of Garbage.
absolutely. But I want to. What I'm saying is, I want to make it like I'd love to make it a weekly thing.
Yeah.
But I just need a way to do to make that feasible because I can't edit them every week.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Letters, Mason.
Letters theme song. It's
I'm
coming up.
listening.
Oh boy.
This is not.
Classic one.
There we go.
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
You know they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
That was a record delay, Mason.
I know, right?
And you were ready though.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you've got letters because you love
Oh,
letters.
I love
Do you want to do
letters.
your
Hang on.
letter first?
Yeah, hang on. I got heaps of letters this week. Oh, this is. Let me see if I've got one.
Weeklyplanetpod at Gmail if you want to send Mason a letter.
A couple of weeks ago, we said because a while back we harassed director James Gunn on Twitter.
Yes.
And it went very well.
Yeah.
And we asked the listeners if they would like to suggest someone else we can harass. Rob on the Gmail, weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com says, how about Edgar Wright? Seems like he could be a good sport. What do you reckon about Edgar
Yes.
Wright?
But
What's he up to recently?
He's doing Baby Driver.
He's doing Baby Driver, that's true.
We need to wait till he's working on something
Else,
and then we know what it is and then we question that.
yeah.
He'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Someone else suggested Taika Waititi. He'd be a good sport about it.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You know who wouldn't be a good sport about it?
Who's that?
Christopher Nolan.
That's true.
He's an auteur.
Dunkirk, more like a dun jerk. Don't tweet that at him. Is he even on Twitter? I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Sam Perryman said that we were talking about the Dark Tower earlier.
Yeah.
He said he can't remember if either of you have read the books. We haven't.
No.
But I'm a fan of the connected universe.
Everything's on the
connectedness
back of a turtle or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He says, I thought I'd like to take a moment to remind everyone that a major plot point in one of the books is a showdown between the heroes and an army of Doctor Doom robots that throw golden snitch grenades. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I can't rule it out.
Seems real.
Seems real, right?
Because everything's in the Kingiverse,
Do you think that Sony is going to even attempt to get that ridiculous if this first movie is successful?
No.
No. Yeah. Agreed.
Or if they do, they'll do a bad job.
Yeah, I think these are going to be more generic than where.
Yeah.
Then-
I hope not, because I want to see some weird stuff.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Oh,
I
I
got a
got
couple
some
more,
stuff.
but go ahead.
Okay, I can do one. I can do how about this? This is from Spaghetti Mr. Pinkerton. Remember Jay Pinkerton?
Yeah, I remember
The
JP, the
author?
funny man. Yeah.
What happened to him, man? Well, he wrote Portal 2. He had that Jay Pinkerton website. We used to alter comics, and I hope he's probably still doing stuff.
Well, he used to work. He very briefly worked for Cracked.com.
The early days,
when Cracked
yeah.
was like more long form articles and was not just listicles.
Right.
And then they changed the format to listicles, and he stopped doing it. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know why. Why do you ask? Has he emailed us?
No, I just saw Pinkerton, and
Oh, okay, right.
and I just like because he was a big influence on into early
in that
internet culture.
in that
yeah.
Gunslinger Graveyard, there's probably a shrine to Pinkerton,
I
the
hope
Weezer
so.
album.
I loved his articles, and
Yeah, same.
he was good, man. And like I said, he wrote Portal 2, which is a very
I did
funny
say
game. Okay, so this is from Spaghetti Mr. Pinkerton, though. #WeeklyPlanetPod. You put that out there on Twitter. We'll find it. Any thoughts on the lack of Wonder Woman marketing? Have you heard about this?
Well, there's a little bit of Wonder Woman marketing that is not going well.
Which was that?
Oh yeah, well, there's one for like
Think thin.
Yeah, think thin protein bars or something. Some sort of food that'll make you thin.
Do you think if it was just a protein bar, it wouldn't be a big deal?
Not at all. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be a problem because it'd be,
Get your protein up.
there'd be an issue, I'm sure.
It's the name, obviously, that the
I
problem.
mean, I don't know if there's already, has there been Batman, Superman protein bars? It feels like there's been.
Probably.
But that's the thing,
I'm sure there's been energy drinks.
and there's
but-
been potato chips.
Yeah.
There's been like Doritos.
But for this, it's...
But this is different.
It's not even work. Think thin.
I don't know.
It's a bar.
Yeah.
You can't. So it's not thinking thin. You eat.
I don't know. Anyway.
I don't look. You can't. You
And
can.
there's something else bad. I can't remember what it is.
But you can eat. I just want to say you can eat that shit and you will get thin because it's all you're eating.
Yeah,
but
right,
It's not
exactly.
a permanent solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but what people are saying is right. So it's a month out and there's like no really online marketing.
Yeah, right.
There's been trailers. Obviously, there's been that clip that was released.
I think there's been 6 trailers
Okay.
for Wonder Woman.
So that's
yeah.
quite a lot.
But I mean, we haven't been inundated with them.
No, but I also think like and people are saying it's way less than Suicide Squad, but I think I'm going to give Warner Brothers a benefit of the doubt because I think that they might be waiting for Guardians to blow over.
Yep.
So after this week and probably also next week, it's going to ramp up because it's still a month.
Yes.
And I think a big problem with Batman Superman was they hyped that for like what felt like 6 years.
Yeah, sure.
Like it just kept.
Yeah. In a way, this entire podcast was just stealth marketing for Batman Superman.
That's right.
Because we built this podcast on the anticipation of
excitement
Batman
for-
Superman. Yeah.
Exactly. And So I just think they might be like a little bit of breathing space, and a month is plenty of time to promote a movie that, a lot of people still do know is happening.
Yes.
And the other thing that I've heard was they're doing a big push instead of online, because a lot of the comic book people are already going to see it. Well, there's one article from, who was it? Kristen Page Kirby. She wrote, I can't remember who she wrote this for, some big website. That she thinks that Warner Brothers is saving money because tickets are already bought by people like her and fans of whoever else is fans of the character. Like, we're going to see it. I'd imagine most people who are listening to this are probably going to see it as well. Like, regardless of whether or not it's going to be good, I'm going to see it.
Also, it's entirely possible that the reason they sunk so much money into the Suicide Squad marketing is because they knew it was going to be real bad.
Well, there's also that, and you also got to sell a movie on characters that people don't know.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's why there was such a big push for the Joker, even though he's not in the movie.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. But also, there was talk that they want to do more of a TV-focused campaign.
Yep.
Which is a horrible mistake.
Yeah, right.
You want to get it out to people. You put it on YouTube. You put it on Facebook. You put it on Twitter. Like, that's how you TV. Come on. Like, you can't. The thing with TV is you can't even guarantee who's watching it at what time, unless you put it on Super Bowl or whatever. So look, I'm gonna say benefit of the doubt. Let's just see what happens over the next month.
Yeah.
But I think there might be some thinking as well that Wonder Woman is a recognizable character. So a lot of people, as recognizable as Superman or Batman. So a lot of people are going to see it anyway. But but it's not like the character has been handled super well in the past. How many Wonder Woman video games do you think there are?
I've never seen one.
There's 0.
I mean, she's in
stuff.
She's in Justice League Task Force, the fighting game.
That's on my YouTube channel where we play that.
She's in Injustice.
She's in Injustice. She's in Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Yeah.
She's in like DC Online. I actually looked it up just earlier because I wanted to see if there's a game we could play for when the movie comes out. And there's not a solo Wonder Woman.
Right.
But there's an Aquaman game. So,
yep, great.
You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Does he have harpoon hand or water hand or magic hand? Regular hands.
I think it's regular hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's actually...
No frills, no gimmicks.
Captain Christian, who is a great YouTube channel, he does an analysis of the origin of Wonder Woman, and he talks about how she's also been like neglected in mainstream media, despite being... She's always been an iconic character, but there's been the Linda Carter series and a cancelled TV series.
Correct.
There's some animated stuff as well, which has been quite good. But I'm going to say benefit of the doubt, but we'll see, won't we?
Soon see. When's that coming out?
June 4th, 7th, something like that. Cool. Yeah. So it's a month.
Yep, great.
Yeah. All right. But think thin. Thin, Mason. That's how
I'll try to think thin. Okay, cool. All right.
You got another letter?
Okay, this is my
You're
last...
going crazy for letters today.
It was a bloody big week for letters. This is from Cam McMillan.
Yeah.
weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com. He's made some Weekly Planet podcast bingo.
I saw that. Yeah.
So I'll put this in my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
It's you print this off and check them off when it happens. So it includes dog makes an appearance.
Check.
Microphone adjustment.
No, not today.
Celebrities as food. For example, egg in a vest.
Yes.
Yep. That's
Daniel Craig is a potato.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. Let's see. Your retcon family makes an appearance.
Yep.
That's a one.
That's
there.
one.
Yep. Unique Australian pop culture reference. Check.
Natalie and Bruglia.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. They probably know her in Britain as well.
Yeah. But she's Australian.
Yeah, that's true. A seamless edit.
Who
what
knows?
do you think the story was? That comes up a lot. Anyway, there's a whole bunch. It's very good.
We've covered most of
Appearance on other podcast plug.
Yep, got that one.
I think maybe he just went through one episode that covers the base. Anyway, so Cam says, can I please be the official Jeremy McMillan of the podcast so my brother can't be? Absolutely.
So his brother's name?
Jeremy McMillan.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Take that, Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Great stuff.
Cool. We got one here from Sorry, I do have one from David Angus Quickly. I don't know.
David Angus Quickly.
David Angus
what a
Quickly.
Strange name.
I thought so. Angus Watts says on Twitter, #WeeklyPlanetPod. I think we talked about this, so I got another question or comment. Are you interested in Injustice 2 and will you be playing it?
I think maybe we've spoken about this a couple of weeks ago. I will I might, but once I play I'll probably play the story mode.
Yeah.
But once I've played like a couple of versus matches, I just want to see all the special moves played out.
We have talked
and
about
once
this,
I've seen that, I don't really care anymore.
And I'll read the comic.
Like once I know what all the things Green Lantern can do, like
a
all
jet,
the construct,
a fist, a
some
hammer.
It's some girders now. He can drop girders on people.
Very good.
It's pretty good. But once I've seen that, I'm like, well, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to go through the story?
No, I quite like the story. So
okay, yeah.
I do kind of want to see what the situation is. Oh, Brainiac's involved now.
Cool.
So, yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Very cool.
One last. This isn't a question. This is
Also, Sub-Zero's in it.
What?
Yeah, Sub-Zero. Because Scorpion was in the last one.
Not the main.
No, he was a DLC
Yeah,
character.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. But also, we are also getting the Red Hood.
Yes.
So that's pretty good.
He's got guns, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And a red hood.
Yeah.
What's more of a helmet?
Yeah, it's a helmet.
Dave Rogers says, I never read much I never much read comics. I haven't watched many superhero movies. I have no idea what you're talking about. Love the show.
Great, that's the spirit. Look, honestly, a lot of the time we don't know what we're talking about either.
And that is the show for this week.
Yes, it is.
Someone bought we've got an Amazon affiliate link.
Yeah, we do.
Someone bought a $700 graphics calculator.
I'll tell you exactly
That's
who
too
though.
much for a calculator. Let me just say, Mason.
No, that's not what he bought.
Isn't that what he bought?
He didn't buy a graphic calculator. He bought a graphics tablet. You silly goose. Kyle Moore.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got if you click on our episode description, there's a little Amazon affiliate link. You click through that.
Yep.
You pay the same low prices you would if you're buying stuff on Amazon anyway, buying your bloody groceries or what have you.
Yep.
And we get a kickback from that somehow. How's it work? We don't
Who
know.
knows?
But we're gonna keep doing it until they realize that it's a dumb idea and stop it.
We either get anywhere between 2 and 10% of that.
Nice.
So I don't know exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the check in the mail and then I'm going to take it. I usually normally save them up for too long. What else, Mason? What else is happening?
What else? Oh, if you can find us at Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and at Gmail and Twitter and Bandcamp. We've got Guardians 1
That's right.
commentary up there.
And planetbcasting.com has all the shows, including you can play the episodes from there and all the other shows that are on the network.
Yeah, that's great.
as well,
Like the current week's episodes are up, so you can just go to that website and just click through and find your fave.
Everything you need is there.
Listen to every episode that week.
Built
But you
by
can
one
also-
Ben Vanel
Yeah,
of
very
Filthy
good.
Casuals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can also sign up to the newsletter there.
Yes,
Very good.
exactly.
And if you'd like to support the show, there's that Amazon affiliate link we talked about. You can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies if you want to donate $1 or $2 a month.
The Guardians
Real
thing is there.
appreciate it.
Yep.
What else? We've got the t-shirts on tpublic.com. Also, I mentioned this last week. Our friend Scribe Design on
Yes.
Redbubble made some t-shirts as like
Skulls.
Western skulls. I bought my own face. I'll take a photo of that.
Like a
and I'll put it up on the
vain
Instagram or what have
baby.
you. Yeah, I'm a vain baby. I'm a vain undead baby. That's what I am. Anyway, that's real fun. But also our non-bootleg merch is on tpublic.com.
Yep,
You
which
just
is
look up
linked
Weekly
below.
Planet. Mhm.
It's linked below as well.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Next week,
that's the show.
Aliens.
Oh yeah, alien
series.
stuff. Alien stuff and heaps of news and stuff.
So much. There'll be a Blade Runner trailer, which we'll, I guess, briefly talk about because
How those
they're
flying
not
cars
even
looking,
after.
we got to know.
Real good. I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I'd imagine, Mason. I'm glad Ridley Scott's not doing it.
Mm.
Because he's 79. All right. Thanks for listening.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week. Wait.
Or don't, because maybe the rules have changed of the universe, Mason.
What do you mean?
Because of the Peter Quill thing. Do we have to change it? Because the origin of Grab That Gem is from the Guardians of the
I'm not
Galaxy
changing it.
episode. I think we should change
We'd
it.
have to change the merch. What do we? Well, it'll have to be what? Where's my Pescetti?
It'd have to be... No.
You know it
It'd
is.
have to be...
No, it is. That's the rules. Hey, who
Fine,
ate all my?
we're not
who ate all
changing
my
it. We won't change it. We're not changing
okay,
it,
grab
alright?
that gem, you guys. See you next week. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.